Tell you what, these motherfuckers better hurry up and make some goddamn fights. I'm gonna start watching MMA. No, I'm just playing. I wouldn't do that. But they need to hurry up and make some goddamn fights. Thankfully, this weekend, we're gonna be getting Boots versus Lima. And what is Boots' junior middleweight debut. We're gonna see how he looks and how he handles himself up there. You know, my understanding of Lima is that he's an aggressive guy, real aggressive guy. So, you know, that's kind of guy Boots look good with. So should be interesting. We also got Dave Allen versus Arslanbek Makhmudov in the afternoon. Thank God it's not a fucking pay-per-view like Moses Italma and this guy and Dillian White. I don't know what the fuck they was thinking. Team Batman, what it do? Don Juan, what it do? We out here on this slow ass weekend of boxing. No fights, man. They gotta do better. It's too many motherfucking promoters. It's too many motherfucking fighters for there to be a weekend with no boxing. You know what I mean? That's fucking pitiful, dog. That is fucking pitiful. Especially for a sport that claims to not have a season. You know, it's fights all year round. Well, wasn't no fight. Well, I mean, it wasn't no fights in America this weekend. Who remembers boxing existed on Saturday? For real, right? Jules, what it do, Herb? What it do, Toby? It felt like a century since we had a fight, dog. It felt like a hot minute. Like, damn, dog, when the last time we had a fight? Shit. Motherfuckers are starving for some boxing out here, man. Eddie Hearn need to do better, man. Like I said, I'm disappointed in Matchroom this year. I am. I'm a bit disappointed. I hope they come back better next year. Motherfucker. Y'all got too many motherfucking fighters for me to not have no boxing on the fucking weekend, dog. Y'all got too many motherfucking fighters. That shit is a disgrace. That shit is a motherfucking disgrace. You know what I'm saying? So I was at my kid's soccer game and shit. I was like, yo, you know what? It ain't nothing to talk about like that. So I might as well go see my kid kick this motherfucking ball. You know what I mean? Jose, ¿qué lo que, manín? You ready for Mayor Mamdani?
Dime a ver de lo mío. If you're ready for
Fucking
what, I'm sorry.
Mamdani, bro. Ese tipo, él va a ser el mayor de Nueva York, Mamdani, mamagüevo, el mamagüevo de Mamdani.
I mean, I don't live there anymore, so I don't care.
Oh shit, I didn't. Yo, I thought you was
Nah,
there.
I live in Jersey. I haven't lived in New York in years. Man. I work in New York.
I know.
I worked.
I know,
past
pues está bien.
place.
Ah, pues está bien.
Y
No,
dime a
yo
ver,
pensé
manín.
porque ese tipo. No, yo vi
Yo,
que
do you like
90%
drinking
de la
warm
gente
milk,
van a
yo?
votar para ese tipo. No, esto es un protein shake, manín. Esto es
Oh, my
proteína.
bad. I was like, yo, do you really eat like the
Fuck, I look like
drinking
drinking.
leftovers?
Fuck, I look like drinking fucking warm
This
milk,
shit's
bro.
crazy. Even the
No, I was
boxing
just
promoters
thinking,
are
like,
giving
this
up on
motherfucker's
boxing.
eating his kids' leftovers and shit.
Nah, I'm drinking fucking protein shake, bro. But yeah, man, they gotta do better, Michael.
Everybody gave
because
up, bro.
this weekend,
Everybody gave up.
this weekend was fucking pitiful, bro. Like, yo, y'all don't got nothing
Nothing.
going on. Not
Nothing.
Matchroom, not Top Rank, not PBC, not Gold. Nobody doing nothing.
No,
Fuck
not even
y'all.
playing dominoes, yo.
You know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
outta here.
And I missed some
Could have
top rank
played.
cards.
We
I
should have
can't
played
lie to you,
Copy
bro.
Cool live, bro.
For real.
I missed some top rank
I
cards.
mean, yeah, like that's what's missing is them top rank cards, man. I need my top rank, bro. I need that top rank, bro. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
you're always
man.
gonna get a prospect.
That top
and
rank
you
Injected in
and,
my veins, bro.
Y también, a couple of things have slowed down too because you haven't seen a lot of small Golden Boy shows lately, or the
Tampoco.
pro box is being slowed down. I guess all those fighters have started having CTE and shit.
No, también es que yo me imagino que algunos de esos pro box fighters, ellos se van a ir con Dana White. Some of those pro box guys are going to go to Dana White. I think so. If the money is right, they'll go over there. You got to
What I
figure that
think
they're not going to pay them through the nose, Pero ese dinerito, ponlo tú, WWE, Turkey All Out Chic, Paramount Plus. Hay dinero allá. Hay dinero, hay pelea. A lot of them guys gonna go over there, man.
It is money, but the thing is, I don't know, man. I think Dana White is kind of overrated because the UFC it was a little bit of a slippery slope when they removed the sponsorships. And keep in mind that
Yeah.
he's not gonna have the monopoly he had before. You know, I think it's gonna. I think this thing looks a lot like the PBC. You know, I see a lot of PBC things in this because
I agree.
Bueno,
let me tell you, man.
It's smoke and
Dana White's
mirrors. I
not that
just feel
far
like it's
away
smoke
from
and
Al
mirrors.
Heyman, man. He's not that far away, man.
Said the same thing last
I
live.
mean, no. In fairness, if we're gonna call it what it is, they've given him the avenue to do what Al Heyman tried to do. Like, it's not that it's like the PBC. It's like, no, it is what the PBC wanted to do, and then some, because they have formed a league. They don't need sanctioning body belts. They not gonna be dealing with nobody else's fighters. Not really. They definitely not gonna be dealing with other promoters. So it is what the PBC tried to do. It actually is to the next level because they are gonna have their own belt. They are like there's gonna be a Zuffa boxing belt, you know. So it is what they tried to do.
Wait, hold on. I
Potato,
will say this
tomato,
though
bro.
before because I was criticizing Dana a lot. I can say what I want about Dana, but you know what it is? You could at least like find Dana. Like that shit that Sean Zattel did to Dana at that like press conference. Al Heyman would never let that shit happen. Like that would never get
Never.
close to happening.
Because he don't be there.
Yo,
Because
my thing is,
he
why
don't
don't you
be
have
at
that
nothing.
same? Why don't you have the same envy with fighters, bro? Like Tank is allowed to say he never wanted to fight Devin or Shakur, none of that shit, but he wanted to fight Mario Barrios. He literally
but
said that.
the
Where's the
thing
same
is,
energy?
Yo, look,
Tank-
bro,
fake
bro.
outrage,
As a
fake
hold on,
outrage.
one at a time, fellas. As a foundational Black American, I could say that Sean just trying to get invited to the
Okay.
cookout. What you think that? Come on, don't question me, Ray. Don't question me. But for real, he just trying to get invited to the cookout. Like that's the
A
no, that's the
Dominican saying
corny
this is
shit.
wild,
Though.
by
Like,
the
tell
way.
me I'm wrong, Ray. Yo, listen,
I
I'm not
mean-
the I know black papi. I'm not that.
Yeah.
I have always acknowledged my I have
know,
always acknowledged my sub-Saharan African roots. Like, bro, if you don't got Africans, you don't got Dominicans. What are we talking about?
Jules, how often do you hear that, by the way?
I know
What?
black
I know
women.
black?
You hear that
The
in your
Mino,
own
that
family?
one. The Mino Black,
Well, look,
what's
this
it
the
called? That
thing.
joke.
Look, me and Jose both Dominican, right? And I think that what Americans don't understand when a Dominican person is saying that, right? They mean they not from here. They not Black Americans, which no, they're not. That's what they mean. You know what I mean? Like people hear it literally as if they're saying, "Well, I'm not black," as if I'm not a black person or I'm not a race. No, they saying they not what the people here is, which they're not.
yeah, that's right.
It's different makeup. It's just that the people here co-opt that conversation. They do. Like if a Dominican person or Puerto Rico or Cuban say, "Yo, I ain't black," they don't really mean race. They mean they're not what you are, which they're not, because they do have other shit in them. And some people don't like how that sound or how that come off. But it is the truth, though. If you a Dominican person, you not one thing. You can't be. Not if you Dominican. You can't be. That's what separates
Also-
everybody from everybody.
Also, Jules, let's keep in mind that a lot of people that
deep.
have that reaction because they get accustomed. I mean, I don't mean no disrespect, but you have a lot of, especially Puerto Ricans, that they try to be black so bad. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like Fat Joe.
Oh, bueno, mira, yo no quiero pleito, José. No
No hay
me
ningún
ponga a
pleito,
mí
man,
ninguna
pero
vaina,
yo te
que
estoy
no,
hablando.
porque I don't want no huepa ni boricua getting mad at me.
No.
Yo no dije nada. I
It's just
didn't
a
say
select
that was
few,
Jose.
It's yeah. It's Jose Pereira. No, but I don't mean no disrespect though, and I don't say like everybody. I just saying a select few, because you know what I mean. Like especially like New York areas. Like I'm not talking about everyone. Like you
No, en
see, like they
Filadelfia
start like
también es que
ajá, en
pero también la
Philadelphia.
otra cosa es que el boricua it's like the cultures are intertwined, especially if you know the history of the Bronx and the people that were there, the origins of hip hop. Those cultures are intertwined. So I don't really get into that because I don't really fucking care, to be honest. Like I don't fucking care, dog, at all. But those cultures are intertwined in a manner of speaking. They are. So it's kind of like, yeah, I see how it happened and why it happens, but I also understand that if you're not from the tri-state area, you're not from New York, you're not from Jersey, or you're not from one of these places where it's a lot of Puerto Rocks. Well, yeah, it's gonna sound funny to you, a Fat Joe saying N-word this and N-word that. Like it's gonna sound crazy to you because you're not familiar with that. But that's, like I said, that's separate shit. Like that's separate shit. Like
No,
I don't really fucking care about none of that.
no, that's
Because
what I
I'm
meant. Like it's
foundational,
just
bro. No,
it's just
because
like an
Ray, I'm
area thing.
foundational.
Okay.
Right. I'm a foundational. Okay,
No,
like
but
I'm
no, but that's
with
what
the foundation. Like I was here.
no, but that's what I meant. Like, it was just like an area thing. Like, for example, like I had to go back again to Fat Joe, but if you like from like Kansas, Arkansas, and you see like Fat Joe saying and word this and word that, you look at him like he looks like Mac Miller. Rest in peace to the guy, but exactly, you be
Crazy.
like kind of confused, like what's going on?
No, pero yo te lo voy a
I don't
decir,
mean it on
manito.
a bad way.
Yo te lo voy a
That's what I
decir
meant.
porque yo soy especial. Yo soy especial y yo sé que yo soy como más inteligente que todo el mundo, ¿verdad? Pues para mí, yo veo la gente haciendo. Pardon me. I see people.
Okay.
I see people do that, right? I see people do that. And it disgusts me. And that's a part of the reason that, yeah, I grew up like every other kid in Harlem, like every other kid in New York saying that shit. And then I got older and I'm like, yeah, I hope I don't look like one of these weird ass motherfuckers. And I'm like, you know what? You know how you nip that in the bud? You just don't do it. It's not a big deal. Like the fuck? Like, yeah, like it's just the shit. This is before things. This is honestly, has to be over a decade ago. And I was like, yeah, that shit look crazy though. It sound crazy. And it's the byproduct of a trauma at the end of the day. And that was the conclusion that I came to by myself. That is the byproduct of a trauma. That is not your trauma. It is the byproduct of a trauma. That's for somebody else to feel and whatever. And that's not yours. That's not you. You're a first generation American. You might be from Harlem, but that's not your shit. So don't worry about that. That's their shit. You let motherfuckers have their shit because that's their shit. Now, when you see Caucasians so fascinated with that word, right? It's because it's really them. It's really white people. And not all white people, obviously, but bitches in Florida, Catch Me Outside, Whoa Vicky, these kinds of people. They just want to feel down. They want to feel down. They want to get invited to the spiritual cookout. So they feel like it's a badge of honor if
That they live and breathe hip hop, man. Like that's another thing, man.
Yeah,
Like, I know guys like
well-
in the area of Jersey, bro, and they're trying to talk like they're from Atlanta, and she's like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?" And I make fun of them, punk them,
like a lot of that
like,
shit,
okay,
like
T.I.
a lot of that shit is just. Yeah, a lot of that shit is just, to me, like it became like very corny a long time ago, and it was around the same time that I started having revelations about the music industry and the people that are in it and the people that we idolized as children. Are like, yo, Mobb Deep out here talking all this fucking
Mob
rah
sickle
rah
cell
shit.
deep.
Brody, you got sickle cell. You mom sick, like you got sickle cell, and y'all both little at that. Like like they, it was a lot of things that led to my perspectives on a lot of shit. And it's like it's just that there's a lot of people, there's a lot of let's say white folks. They want to be able to use that word like, oh, that means I'm down. That means I'm with the. You look like a fucking moron, and you shouldn't even want to say that shit. You look like you sound like a fucking moron. You know what I mean? Because somebody even if somebody did give you a hood pass, Brody, that still mean you down here. You understand? You putting yourself down here. That's what you're doing. Because you being subjugated. Like, it's like you want to be a pet or something. Like, man, I don't know, man. But that shit ain't for me. Like I said, I'm foundational, Ray.
That is fact.
Yo,
You
Ring.
wanna be a pet. They want to be part of the club.
Yeah, you did a video with the Rock Nation Matchroom hookup. And I think that's specifically addressing that New York market. You're going to see more Matchroom shows possibly in the Barclays Center. And this is centered around that Latin market. With Xander Zayas in Top Rank. That's MSG. So now you see Matchroom. I think because I saw Brett Yorkmark's brother. I think his name is Michael Yorkmark. He commented in that article saying like it's good for the synergies or whatever. But I think that the thing with like these venues is very territorial, and but Matchroom only did shows. I think the Katie Taylor show was a Matchroom show. With Matchroom
the first fight was a
promoter.
Matchroom show. The first one it was. That was them.
So moving forward, I think what that deal really means is that Matchroom's going to be doing shows at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
But also put it this way, right? Because who you partnered up with? You partnered up with Rock Nation, and I feel like Eddie Hearn is still new to America to where he doesn't realize certain things. Maybe he does, I don't know. But it is what you said, Efrain, that if you fucking with Rock Nation, right? You must be talking about Eastern Seaboard shit that you're trying to do, because signing with Rock Nation don't mean fuck all on the West Coast. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing in the South neither. Like, yeah, that shit don't mean nothing to them. So unless you plan on focusing on shows in the East Coast and that demographic, which is African Americans and Puerto Rocks, that's what that's who's there, right? If you fucking with them, that got to be your target demo, because Rock Nation don't mean shit to some cholos in East LA. That shit don't mean nothing to them. That shit don't mean nothing to Undefeated in Texas. Like, he don't give a fuck about that shit. They don't give a fuck about that shit down there. That shit don't mean nothing. So
the misunderstanding with the West is you have more casinos giving you site money on the West. So the only one that's really doing like grassroots West Coast shows is really Golden Boy. So it's still a DAZN thing. Yeah. And with the DAZN has a problem with their pricing right now. I feel like they're kind of disconnected with the consumer base in terms of pricing, and there's a void. So I know we're touching on a lot of subjects here, but the TKO thing is a net positive because there's no shows on right now, right? So there's no way anybody can say it's a negative when there's no shows being put on right now. Like you have no right to speak if there's nobody putting up money to put a show. Shows cost money, and I'm gonna give you two examples here of where the media, who doesn't put up any money. Because remember, journalists are salaried most of the time, right? If the publication is big enough. So remember that one time, Mike Hoppinger told Bob Arum, like, well, if you would have paid him more, remember that? That was one instance. Yeah. That was one instance. There was another instance, and shout out to Broadway Joel. It turned into kind of like an argument where the journalist jumped off his channel.
Broadway Joel, he no blah? That Broadway Joel, he no blah?
Yeah.
With the hair.
Okay, bro.
From Broadway.
Yeah, bro, with the channel. He got the channel. Voice of Dominican boxing. But
it's that comedian. He got that shit stuck in my head. The one on Insta. I know blah puppy. I know.
and then they try to salsa that shit off.
I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was during the pandemic.
Good.
One of the years during the pandemic where a journalist was trying to tell Broadway Joel that Edgar Berlanga wasn't the real deal, and it turned into like it turned into a disagreement, and the journalist hopped off. But that's the other thing, yo. When the journalist is telling you what it really is, and then you ostracize them for it, then that's when you get the Mike Hoppinger effect. Like, oh, I'll do anything for money. I'll do anything for access. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what do you want to do? You want to be friends with the fighter, or you want to describe how the fighter really is?
Well, no, Efrain, you're talking about something that I've been talking about here on the channel for the longest time, that there are very few journalists, there are very few pundits left in the sport of boxing, and what remains, well, God bless these guys, because they're the only ones that are really covering boxing right now, but they're not journalists. I'm not a journalist, right? Like, I don't exclude myself. I'm not a journalist. I didn't go to school for that. I didn't study it. Right? I'm not a journalist. And the content creators that do the interviews, those are just fans with a camera. You're not a journalist. Look at how you behave. Look at Ellie Seckbeck. Look at how a lot of these guys are. It's what you said. Y'all really just trying to be cool with the fighters. That could be because you fanned out, or that could be because you want to rely on that access to continue to be able to make content. But one way or another, there's so much partiality. It's not journalism. No, it's not. There's too much partiality. So
when you have
that's
this
a
much
dying
of a
thing.
when you have this much
That's
of
a
a
dying
significant
thing in the
void
sport right now.
in regular programming, and when you talk about a scarcity in regular programming, it's about people putting capital up, right? So you know, I'm not a fan of Dana White or anything, and you know, we don't really know how this thing's gonna pan out because they're talking about cross promoting with WWE and the UFC, and you know, I don't know what that's gonna look like, but they're not encroaching on anybody's content distribution. For example, Paramount has nothing to do with, well, Top Rank used to deal with ESPN, and Matchroom and Golden Boy and the other guys. I think Queensberry's also on DAZN. So it's a new platform the content is being rolled out on. So it's not encroaching on anybody's like it's brand new money.
No, well, let's say this, Ifrang, let's say this. It's not new because Paramount was actually already in boxing via Showtime. So it's not necessarily new, but you hit the nail on the head that it's not stopping anything in regular boxing. It's not stopping anyone. It's not a hindrance. It's an addition to. And these content creators should be supportive of it more than anyone, because look, what the fuck have you had to talk about all weekend? Nothing. You wouldn't have nothing. You don't have nothing to talk about. The PC is down to 5 and 6 shows a year. Top Rank has not come back yet. Matchroom, y'all need to do better. Golden Boy, y'all been needed to do better, right? So how could you be mad that somebody else is coming into boxing to do shows so your ass can have something to talk about?
The difference here is if you had a Showtime app subscription, it didn't necessarily mean you had a Paramount subscription, right? So I guess that's where you could draw the line.
You know what hit me today, bro? Boxing's going corporate. I mean, just like MMA, it's gonna be corporate. You're gonna have corporate sponsors. You're gonna have a schedule, and it's like, damn, man, I'm gonna miss the days of like Top Rank because we don't know where Bob is at.
No, the Top Rank problem is, they got shows coming on after 1 a.m.
Yeah,
on
bro.
the East. Who's gonna watch that, bro?
Yeah, but look who's a successor, bro. It's not Bob. It's his punk ass son-in-law. Eddie, I don't know if he's gonna sell the company or what. So we don't know about him.
No, Oscar, Eddie said he wants to go public. Like his real desire is to have an IPO and go public. Whatever. Whatever it means, it just really means he wants to be a Top Rank.
Let me address what you said, Ephraim. Let me address what you said. Even though, Top Rank's fucking up having shows all late, that wasn't actually their fault, and that wasn't even Todd's fault. That was ESPN's fault. That was their fault as a platform. That was them. The reason they treated boxing like the ugly stepsister of UFC. They put more effort and more care and coverage into their MMA programming than boxing. You got a fucking boxing match, guys ain't making the ring walk till 12 a.m. Yeah, that's because of ESPN, and I hope that changes. Like, I really hope if they go to Stars, if they go to Paramount, the people they've been talking to, if they go to Peacock or HBO Max, wherever they go, I hope that we don't get that. But that was ESPN's fault. Yeah, that was ESPN's fault that you got guys making a fucking ring walk at 11:30, at 12 a.m. Like, bro, what the fuck wrong with
the
y'all?
other thing is,
you killing
Canelo
us on
Crawford,
the East Coast.
Canelo Crawford round 2 was past 1 a.m. So I already know what Jake Paul's gonna do. He's gonna do his show. He's gonna do his bout earlier than what Canelo Crawford did, just to help his numbers. And the numbers are that sensitive, by the way. The deeper you go into the night, people are just falling asleep.
Of course they are. Of course, bro. Of course they, bro. It's Saturday night at 1 a.m. Most people are either rubbing one out, or they're in some pussy, or they're drunk at a bar. You can't have a fight coming on at 12, at 1. Like, yo, what's the matter with y'all, dog?
And Dana didn't hold
You're
true
not
to
going to
his
get
word,
enough
bro.
eyes on this.
Dana was saying, "Oh, it's not going to be that late." Like that, it just shows you, like, when you see people saying things and advertising things and not being able to live up to it at an early stage. So I am skeptical about TK because he kept saying it over and over again in different press releases, like, "Oh, it's not going to be that late. Boxing's on way too late." And then, bro, round 2, Canelo Crawford, it's past 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on, man. Like, yo, I was looking around, like,
Shout out
because I was watching the fight with
Hold
people.
on, let me read the super chat. Let me read the super chat, bro. Shout out to George. Feast, taste, or trash? KFC, Popeyes, Publix. Feast on KFC. That's me.
Of course.
Taste,
Typical.
Popeyes. Listen, I like KFC. Nobody's gonna make me not like KFC. Okay, it's better than Popeyes. So street. Now, got another one right here. Got another one. Let me see. Fuck is the internet so fucking slow today? Shout out to George. Fantasy fight. Mickey Ward versus Vinny Paz at 140.
Nope.
Say it again.
Ward.
It's just on my end, or the signal sounds choppy.
No, it is a bit choppy on Jules's end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that.
Yeah,
I think mine's is choppy. The weird. Let me remedy this shit. Y'all hang tight. I'll be right back. Y'all hang tight.
Cool. So I'm picking Vinny on this one, to be honest. Like, I think he's just got more dimensions to his game than Ward. Like, until he got to kind of like the larger weight classes, he actually is like a very good technical boxer. Like, just on like the back foot moving.
Wait, you got Mickey Ward?
No, Vinny. Vinny has the answer.
Vinny Paz.
The Tasmanian Devil.
Yes, sir.
Wait, are they both Hall of Fame?
I don't think Mickey Ward's Hall of Fame. I don't think he ever will be, unfortunately. But yeah, he's not Hall of Fame. Vinny is Hall of Fame, though.
My bad. I was thinking about Rourke. My bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it would have been a great fight. Were they around at like near the same time, or is like Vinny older?
I don't even remember that era, man. I wasn't watching boxing then.
Actually, no. I think I do remember. I think Vinny might have been like he might have been at like 160 at the time or something, because I remember he got up to weight to the point where he was like fighting Roy Jones.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't a little guy, man.
Don't you shut the fuck up, country.
Oh, you shut the fuck up, Jules.
Are you cool now, Julius?
You fucked up internet having bastard.
I'm working it up right now. But to the point that Ephraim was making about Zuffa boxing, and we've been talking about that all week. I'm with you that I'm skeptical. You could have a lot of money behind it, and you could try to cross promote it on WWE and UFC and all that shit. But ultimately, you talking about some B and C tier fighters. That's you're not gonna get so far with fighters like that, bro. It don't matter how big your megaphone is. You ain't gonna get but so far with that. It's just that, like you stated, I don't think that any boxing fan, more than the boxing fans actually, I don't think that the content creators and the people who cover boxing are in any position to complain, because, yo, you need something right now. Boxing is dry as fuck.
Yeah, it needs a regular season. That's like saying, like with other sports, like NFL, NBA, like, okay, people only watch the playoffs and the finals? No. Like, we got to have something to follow to get there.
Oddly enough, yes, actually, now thinking about it, at least for the NBA, that's actually been a pretty big thing, low-key.
Actually, NBA and MLB, like, honestly, nobody watched the fucking regular season. We just watched the
there's like
postseason.
100 games. The fuck? I'm not watching
that.
that.
Yeah, no. But you have to have your team. So, like, I know somebody here is a Cowboys fan, so you might be a Mavericks fan, right? Maybe,
Yes, sir.
possibly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There's
Right?
a Cowboys fan here?
Hey,
Bro, you
fuck
ain't no
you.
undefeated.
Fuck
Fuck
you.
with them boys.
You know, shit, we won today.
That's some
We
nasty shit.
Hey,
You
we
ain't no
beat the
beat.
undefeated.
Jets.
Fuck with them
Hey,
boys,
we
bro.
beat the
That's
fucking
Texas
New York
team, bro.
team today. We beat New York.
Worse
That's
than
all I
be a
know.
Raiders fan right now, man. They got fucked up.
Yo, can somebody tell me why Mark Sanchez is beating the shit out of elderly people, dog?
No,
What
he
is going-
stabbed somebody. He stabbed somebody. That's what it
Fuck
was.
is wrong with him, dog?
No, he got stabbed, didn't he?
Oh,
He's
he
the one
got
that
stabbed?
Yeah,
Oh, I
because
thought he did the stabbing.
No, he attacked the guy. He was drunk, and he attacked the guy, and the guy defended himself and stabbed him in the chest like 2 times.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with Mark Sanchez, dog?
Motherfucker, that's what happens when you
Yeah,
live in New
that
York too long,
CTE,
bro.
bro. That CTE just kicking in, bro.
That New York air hit his brain.
My dude, that CTA ain't why he was fucking with that young girl over a decade ago, bro. Fuck is wrong with that? He just cannot stay out of. Y'all remember he's fucking with that young girl? Started his career, he was fucking with a minor. Yeah, I'm
Hey,
older than y'all.
I
I'm
think I
older
oh,
than y'all.
remember. I
Y'all
think I
remember
remember
that?
hearing about that, man.
Y'all remember that at the start of his career, he had just got to the Jets, and news broke that he was fucking with like a 17-year-old, which was like, yeah, the age of consent is 17, but Mark, you already in your 20s, bro. Fuck is you fucking with a 17-year-old for?
It's still not as bad as Karl Malone.
or did he?
Then he got 4 joints, yo. He gonna do them shits easy. All he need is the baby oil.
Yeah,
He gonna
but didn't they say that he's like almost 60 or some shit like that?
yeah,
Yeah, he'll be
but
60 by the time he gets out, but it's like,
That's a
come on,
long
bro.
time for him at that age.
Yo,
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna
but
be
that's gonna be a
honest.
sober 4 years.
Regular or advanced jail, he'd still be having fun in there.
yeah, they gonna fuck him in his ass, bro. Come on, he not worried
Yeah, he'll
about
probably
that
like
shit.
it though, man. That freaky
That's
motherfucker.
what the fuck I'm. That's the fuck I'm saying. Like he gonna love that shit, dog. They gonna be sending him fucking commissary boxes of fucking baby oil, bro. You
Oh
crazy?
wait, what's it called? Team Batman asked, so like, what's it called? Do you guys still have Andy beating Gary? Gary Antoine Russell?
I mean, I had that a 50-50 fight. I had not settled on a prediction for that fight. But could Andy beat him? I would say, yeah, he could. He's a big kid. He hit hard.
I might okay, I'm looking back at it, right? And at the beginning I picked Andy because I was like, he's dealt with aggressive guys before, like Gary and everything. And then I kind of looked at the 2 wins that I give him, right? One of them is Barroso. And I think straight up after he beat him, I said, yo, Barroso finally stopped fighting retards, and that's why he lost. So I can't really give that much credit in retrospect. And then
Yeah,
Jin Sasaki,
but Barroso, in fairness, he beat O'Hara Davies easy. He
bro,
was
bro, bro,
beating
bro,
Rolly.
bro,
I'm
bro.
saying, I'm
You
saying
stop,
that
stop,
Barroso.
stop,
I'm
stop,
saying
stop.
that Barroso was a C tier. He was a C tier fighter, right? We could say that Barroso was a C plus guy.
C plus,
So
yeah, C plus.
about a C plus guy. So if Andy whoop his ass, and he did, that would make Andy a B plus guy. We don't know what Gary really is, because most Gary did was lose to Puelo and beat Rayo. So
I
what
swear
is
he
that
was on this
really?
like I swear he was on like a good little run before like that, like, what's it called, the first time he ducked Puello, to be honest. Like, nah, he beat Postal, never mind. I think it was Postal and somebody else. Yeah,
Postal
might
had
not
to
have been
go to
that
the
good.
yo. You fighting a dude
Yeah.
that got a flight to catch. Literally, they said that during the broadcast. Like, come on, man. That dude ain't even thinking about you, dog. He trying to get paid and get on that plane. Like, uh, I'm not saying Gary's bad. I got high hope. Well, I ain't gonna say high hopes. I got hopes for Gary, but we can't say that Gary is like, nah. You ain't done nothing that shows that you like that. You beat Rayo, and remember, Ray. I told you he's gonna beat Rayo because your little
Uh,
ass don't belong up there. You don't belong at 140. And that's his best win, Rayo.
yeah. Yeah, I would
So
say that.
I have a question, Julius. It might be better to actually lower our expectation about these guys, because when we see fighters like Crawford, Canelo, Inoue, we see guys that they have it. They really have it, so they can take any challenge. But these guys, yeah, they have to have a little bit of angle to get an actual career.
Talking
Gary's not
PBC
a,
guys?
yeah, most of
Oh.
them, but the other guys also. For example, this guy Josh Taylor. It's like, yeah, you had a good run, but you fade away shortly after. I don't expect you to fight top opposition every fucking day and have like 5 good years. No, you're gonna whittle away and you're gonna burn out. I think that's one of the reasons why we don't really have a really good schedule of fights, because these decent guys. I'm not talking about the top guys, because the top guys, they are gonna fight every so often. But the decent guys, they are not really fighting so often because if you're gonna give him one top fight after the other, yeah, there's gonna be a time that they're gonna get fucked up. And this shit is not that like MMA. I don't expect these guys to take top fights every fucking time.
I mean, I guess, but there's no reason that a guy like a middling fighter has to take a hard fight every single time. Shit, like even though I do say like pro box gives you like pretty hard fights, most of the times it's like they're not consistent with it. Like you're gonna get a guy that's just gonna be like a quick knockout in there, and you can just decide to schedule like a bum on a club show or whatever. Like people did it back in the day all the time. I don't know why there's such an aversion to doing it now.
Because he also causes money. These guys are more protected now legally by their contract, so they're not gonna take pennies on the dollar to any fights, like any. If they're gonna have a tough fight or a fucking bomb, they expect to be paid. I'm not saying it's fair, but it will be dumb to think that you're gonna negotiate your contract like, oh yeah, if you're gonna fight a bomb, I want $10. I don't think it works like that.
No, not like that, but like let's say you're on your top rank contract or whatever, right? And you're fighting on ESPN. Well, when that was the thing. Let's say you just take like a fight where you're like, hey, look, I'm gonna fight off platform. It's gonna be on Pro Box. It's gonna be a guy that's not that good. If you guys want a piece of that, I mean, shit, sure, it doesn't really matter. But it's just gonna be a fight just so I can like get a quick fight in that's not too hard.
Yeah, I don't know how you can put that on a contract because we understand that there's a difference between bombs and good fighters, tough fights, but putting that in a contract is kind of difficult. Do you understand?
I mean, you wouldn't specifically put. I know what you mean. I'm not saying specifically put. Yo, the guy I'm about to fight is gonna be ass. But I'm just saying, like, putting like, look, I'm gonna fight off platform for this purpose. Like, yeah, maybe the guy might turn out to be good, but it's not gonna be a big fight, basically. I don't think any promoter would have a particular like issue with that going into a contract.
Well, that particular subject is like, yeah, some of those guys have. I understand that you are afraid to take a tough fight, but some of these guys that don't really want to go off platform just because they're fighting outside their comfort zone because they think they're going to get blown.
Like, I got you. You mean like tank, like, so like, you know, the guys that just don't have their safety net anymore, basically.
Yeah, there is a lot of guys like that. Really, I understand that you want to fight with all the advantages, but if you're waiting every fucking time to, I understand the angle. I don't understand all the fucking angle. That's what I'm saying. If it's gonna be
This is what I'll say to that though.
Okay.
This is what I'll say to that though. It's not our job, you know, because we're customers, and I think that the fans are way too involved now in what's going on in the business. And when you know that it's not our job to understand or be sitting here feeling sorry for fucking fighters, right? I'm not your fucking manager. I don't get no money out of what the fuck you doing. If you ducking somebody, all I gotta do is say that shit. You fucking ducking. You know, so I'm not gonna, in other words, I'm not gonna lower my expectations of what I should be seeing when you're the one asking me to subscribe to your platform for this bullshit. When you're the one telling me Javante is this and that, but he won't fucking fight. No, I'm not lowering shit.
I totally agree, Julius. I totally agree, Julius, but I think that the line, the distinctive line you can trace in the sand of who is sucking and who is not, it has to be the champions. Like, yeah, if you're a champion, you have the obligation to search for unification fights. If you're not that, you can take your time. If you don't want to search for a title, you want to take your time, go ahead and see who gives a fuck about your career. But if you're a champion, yeah, you have to go for the top guys, and the top guys, they are gonna be the champions. No, the motherfucker with more hype at the moment. I think that was always the problem with Javante.
Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, when we talk about somebody that's ducking, when we talk about Javante, for example, Javante was a champion when he was ducking Lomachenko. He was.
Mhm.
He had the IBF, and then the WBA, and then when he did it again at 35, it's like the rules don't change, and I'm not gonna lower my expectations because the sport of boxing keeps trying to get away from what it is. I feel like the difference between the sport now and the sport that I grew up with, right, is now they keep trying to get away from what it is. You keep trying to get away from it being a sport. And bro, if it's not a sport, then you see what you're getting, right? The less of a sport it is, the less people watch it. Boxing used to be mainstream. Now it's not. Gee, I wonder why. What changed? You know, all the angling and all the bullshit is a part of the reason why it's good.
I was reading a tweet about how Ali was like 1 billion people were watching some of his fights, and I'm looking at today's guys going, "Oh, you're a superstar because less than 100,000 people bought your pay-per-view." The fuck?
That's PBC
Exactly.
though. That's PBC though. To be honest,
Exactly.
like that's generally like the what's it called? The conversations that came around because they've almost been brainwashed. I forgot. It was somebody in the chat who said it one time, where they were like, the PBC doesn't make guys popular to go on pay-per-view. What they do is they put guys on pay-per-view and tell you they're popular. And that's not how that's not how it ever should have worked. That doesn't make any sense. And that's quite literally what's happening, because I've seen people generally make arguments and say something like Mario Barrios turned into a star, and I'm like, huh? How? And they said, look, he got a pay-per-view after he fought Tank or something. I'm like, yeah, that's not how that works. He went on pay-per-view to do maybe like 25K. That's not a positive. Someone even said that about Devin Haney. If people think I'm just going on like PBC fighters, I remember somebody said Devin Haney is a more popular fighter now than Stevenson, and I said, well, I don't understand how that's possible. And they said, well, he's on pay-per-view now, and I'm thinking, well, him being on pay-per-view only showed people that, you know, people aren't going to buy his fights when it comes down to it. That's not a positive.
Yeah, I agree with that. They doing the shit backwards. I couldn't have put that better myself. They'll put Isaac on fucking pay-per-view and tell you he's a star because he's pay-per-view, even though he not selling shit. It's like the shit is fucking backwards, bro.
But hey, that era is pretty much coming to an end. I think it's coming to an end fast too, by the way. Like it's coming down faster than I think people even notice. Like just Turkey Al Sheikh saying, I'm not doing pay-per-view, and then the UFC saying it. And the UFC are actually like worse with pay-per-views than boxing. If they're saying, yo, we're done with this, you have no right to put up a pay-per-view anymore.
It's not stopping the PBC though, right? Because look, they got the Cruz versus Roach at the end of this year. They're planning the Pacquiao versus Rolly, I assume, early next year. It is coming to an end. It's not that it isn't, but the same people keep doing the same dumb shit. And look at Frank Warren. Frank Warren got Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wortley it's like, what the fuck you doing, homie?
Yeah, that's a
Fucking Moses Atama, bro. He's not pay-per-view yet.
The fuck you doing?
oh yeah,
like
the
that?
white fight. Yeah.
The fuck, like it is coming. Like you are right though that they're realizing this is not sustainable. It's not yielding any kind of a return. We can't keep doing this. People generally don't have the money this many times a year to buy a pay-per-view. That's the other thing. I don't know how it is at the UFC. Somebody would have to tell me, but it seems
No,
like they
it's
do a pay-per-view every month.
yeah, they do. And like literally the what's it called? When people talk about like the streaming culture or whatever, like the illegal streaming culture, it's really more I would almost say it's even exclusively more popular over there, because if you putting up one every month and it's is there shit $80? I think it might be $80 or maybe a bit less. But it's like it's that much every single month, maybe twice a month. Like Who the fuck has the money for that? That is insane.
Exactly. But
Like I always saw that, and I was like, and the thing is, I would say to the UFC, I was like, yo, like we have a thing over here, like where we say, like, yo, this guy doesn't belong on pay-per-view. You guys put a guy on pay-per-view just because he becomes champion.
because they think that one, at least over there, it's got to be that they think that one precedes the other. When no, being pay-per-view is some unique shit. And they should know that by now with Connor. That Connor was box office, Ronda was box office, but all these Pakistani, Dagestani, nobody want to pay to see them dudes, dog. Nobody want to pay to see them dudes, man. And it's kind of the same in boxing that, well, you could put Isaac on pay-per-view, but ain't nobody gonna buy that shit. You could put they putting Fundora back on pay-per-view. Ain't nobody gonna buy that shit. And I'm except for me, because I'm a dumbass. But other than that, yeah, they gonna have one recorded pay-per-view, and it's gonna be a guy on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying?
This is the last generation where pay-per-view is a status symbol. Because I think that's part of the problem, is that you think that, oh, you're on pay-per-view, you made it. So
that's true. That's true.
This is gonna be the last of that shit.
Hey, that's the edge of the the last crumb of the Floyd era just burning out right there, because that's the big thing for him too. And then everybody thought, yo, I gotta be on pay-per-view too. I gotta be there so I can be a star like Floyd. And now I think when it comes to it, they're gonna just be like, nah, I just want to go onto a platform where people can see me fight. And if it becomes like that, I'm fine. That will be a great thing.
Yeah, because they took it for granted, and I said it in a couple of the videos I did that's what Floyd's legacy is. You convinced a bunch of B and C level fighters that they're all box office, that they all belong on pay-per-view, and now that's what all of them aspire to. When in previous eras, you'd had nowhere near that many fighters fighting on fucking pay-per-view. Some of them classic fights you got in the afternoon, bro. Some fights was regular crazy? Fights.
So a lot of fighters, they were just happy to be on regular ass television.
Yeah, they went
like
crazy, man.
People were just like, yo, if you were getting consistent dates on like CBS, you might have made it. Like that might have been viewed as making it at that point.
Yeah,
and now it's I fight on regular television. It's not valid no more.
When you look at a guy like Andre Ward and what was supposed to be his big fight with Sergey Kovalev, right? You got a guy, he already don't draw like that. They know that. And the light heavyweight division, kind of generally, it was not a division that a lot of Americans were really watching at that time. Like, no, they really weren't. A lot of Americans weren't really watching that shit at that time. What y'all do? Y'all stick him on pay-per-view because he got a gold medal and because he used the Philly show. Let's keep it a bean. That's why y'all did that. Well, he could be the next Floyd. So yeah, and that shit didn't work. Remember, both them fights, not a single one of them fights he had with Kovalev did 200,000 buys. Not one.
Damn. I still feel bad for what they did to Kovalev on those fights, because didn't he get paid something like, wasn't it like $0 or something?
For the second one, yeah, he was supposed to get paid off the upside, and there was no upside.
It's like, if that happened to me, bro, the drink, I would have just been dead, bro. I would have died from alcohol poisoning the next morning.
Cirrhosis of the liver, bro. Did. Like shit. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that. Like I haven't heard it put that way, but that they looked at it as a status symbol, and that's hitting the nail on the head. Like, yeah, that's what it is. Y'all all trying to get on pay-per-view and ain't gonna sell shit. You could, like if they do, I don't know what Stevenson versus Lopez is gonna do, but personally, I don't imagine.
Wait, have they even said that would be a pay-per-view?
That's
because remember, nothing's been announced about it.
No, on the predication that they do that as a pay-per-view. Realistically, what is that shit even gonna do, bro? What is that gonna do?
But no, but what I'm saying is, like, if that fight's be like, at least from what I've been hearing, if it's going to be made, because honestly, I'm still not 100% convinced. Everybody's saying the right things, everybody's sounding real positive about it, but I feel like I should have been hearing something right now if you're talking about it being for January.
I mean, we still got all of this month, all of November, all of December. There's like, that's still a stretch.
It's still a stretch before they say, yeah, indefinitely it's going down. You know, I feel like, look, if we don't hear anything by the end of this month, then we need to be worried. If we don't hear
Yeah.
anything official by the end of the month, then it's like, okay, y'all need 8 weeks to promote it, you know? So that means you would have to start promoting it ideally if it's for early January. You would have to start promoting it in the middle of November. So
I'll,
if we don't really hear nothing in between now and then, yeah, something wrong. Something is
I'll
wrong.
say this: if you don't hear anything, I think because from what I remember, even before this, because there was talks of like, remember when Teal wasn't like playing ball or whatever? They said that date will be Stevenson fighting. I guess you'll just see like a replacement opponent, but I don't know who you would even get at that time. Like, is maybe if Raymond's available or something? Like maybe him.
Yeah, there's always an electrician
Nah,
available.
Raymond got to fight Andy, bro. They ordered that shit.
Then yeah, I don't really see any guy that you could put up there because, well, there's one person I guess that would be available, but actually, no, he wouldn't because that's too quick of a turnaround. Unless, do you think that what's his name, that Abdullah Mason would be able to make what is a 2-month turnaround to fight Stevenson?
I mean, like
No,
if the
no,
if the if the
no.
no, because if the Noakes fight is a cakewalk, you know, like let's say he knocked out. Not saying that that's what's gonna happen, but for you to be able to do a turnaround that quick, you know, you go in there, you knock out Noakes in a round, then yeah,
Mm.
maybe if you kill him quick, you know.
It's either that or it's like, honestly, it might be like a case where it's like, since you're talking about a fight with 140, you might have to look at the door. If I don't know, if I don't know when Matthias is fighting either, but maybe it would have to be something like
He
that.
fighting Dalton Smith. He fighting Dalton Smith.
Yeah,
They
this
already
is
said he
then
fighting
yeah,
Dalton
this is no.
Smith in January. So
Oh damn, yeah, there's just
yeah.
like nobody available. If that fight doesn't happen, he might just be fucked. Like that might just be tune-up day or something.
And motherfuckers wonder why I hate Tio. You can't trust him. I can't like I don't know. You know, he talking shit. On one end you say that he needs to take the fight because you're out of alternatives. You know, you really are out of alternatives. Like they're offering you big money, so you know you'll get money. It's not a easy fight for you, but it's like if you don't take this, what are you gonna do? If you
Become
don't
Keith
take
Thurman
this,
for a couple months.
I mean, like I guess, but that
Hey
dude
bro,
got
get the
bills.
food out, bro.
My dude, that dude got bills and he got an ex-wife and he got a kid. You know, can he afford
Yeah,
to be Keith Thurman? Can he?
I don't know if you can afford it, but
Doesn't mean
for
he's
a
not
guy
gonna do
like
it.
for a guy like Tio, I think he's always thinking you're never gonna take the first offer because they have more money. It's the kind of negotiation tactic from a bum like Brian Norman. Like you don't make shit, you're gonna refuse Jaron Putsenis. It's a bum tactic. The
Yeah,
ultimate
but
doesn't.
the dude only fought once this year, Leo. He can't afford, like he just doesn't have the luxury. Like Keith is not a divorcee. You know what I mean? Keith is not a divorcee. He don't got a vindictive ex-wife. He don't gotta pay nobody child support. Tio, yeah, you got problems, homie. And remember, you the breadwinner of the family. They all leaning on you. So
mm.
you gotta fight.
He feeds his family, bro.
Yeah.
Also, this isn't the first time he would have done something like this. Like, remember the whole Loma fiasco? He wasn't going to fight him until Loma basically agreed to take a pay cut so they could pay Tio more.
Hey, if that's what's supposed to happen, then this fight is surely dead because I know damn well that greedy motherfucker Stevenson is not taking no damn pay cut, bro.
I'm saying they need each other, like, and that's how lame the shit is. But also, Ray, that's why I'm not hype about that fight. I'm
Mm.
tired of these guys that make fights hard to make. Like, I really am tired of those guys. The fights that I'm excited about are not the fights that Americans are typically excited about. Like, I'm happy for Taraji is fighting Willabaldo Garcia. I'm happy that Bam is fighting Puma, and I feel like we will get undisputed at Superfly before a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And that's the
Mm.
type of shit that I'm excited about because it's like, dog, like these American dudes always make everything a trip to the fucking dentist, bro. it's always it's a pain in the ass. Like I
Yeah.
don't know that T.O. gonna do it, but it's like, you
The
know.
difference between those guys that you're talking about, the American guys in the higher weight classes. The difference between those guys and the little guys in the low weight classes is you can tell that those guys they like boxing. I'm not gonna say they love it in the conventional way, but yeah, they're esteemed professionals. Do you guys, for example, the guys at super lightweight, at welterweight, you want the money. That's the most important part. The boxing can wait. It can always can wait. And you talk like that, and you sound like that, and you act in the same way.
I mean, I think they're both after money, Leo, but I think the biggest difference is how they view themselves in the greater scheme of things. I feel like the guys at the lower weights have to be more realistic because you know that you already don't make much. You know, like those little guys need each other, and that's the way that it's always been. They can't afford to not fight each other. Whereas guys like Tio, they always think they deserve more, and that's the difference. They're like, yo, you make this shit mad difficult because you keep thinking you supposed to get paid for fans you don't even fucking have, bro. You not top
No.
billing, bro. You not.
You know, we're gonna get GTA 6 before we get Tio in a meaningful fight again. I feel like I'm with all you. Tio's gonna find a way to fuck around with this.
I don't
whether he
know,
has
man.
money or.
I might be more on the side of like you kind of have to have this. And to be honest, it's like I don't know how much he gives a shit about legacy at this point. And I'm not saying that Tio's not like a guy that's like, you know, made legacy fights before. I'm just saying he might be at that point where he's like, all right, I've already fought Taylor, I've already fought Loma. I'm already kind of like defended my title a decent amount of times. If I'm not in the hall, I'm not insanely far from it. Do I really need to like do this?
I agree with that. I think he's at a point. I think Tio is at a point where he feels he's done the legacy thing, and not only has he, you know, he did that, but I think he feels jaded, and I think it's like strictly money shit now. I think it's strictly for the bread now because he's telling himself, "I beat Loma, I beat Josh Taylor, I'm a two-weight." Remember, this guy thinks he was undisputed. You know, and it's not.
No. I'll be real. He's chilled that shit out. He's chilled that shit out. Like I don't know if it's like the amount of times he's been on like interviews with like Kellerman and shit, and Kellerman's kind of like he's put it in a positive way where he's like, no, like when you look at it, you've been the man in both divisions. But he's not saying undisputed anymore though. Like before he used to say that shit, but now he's saying the man, which is true, and that's respectable. But he's left that undisputed part.
Honestly, I hope Till fucks his fight up because who gives a fuck about that fight? And Shakur, nobody gives a fuck about you, bro. Nobody, not even your own city, bro.
Yo, fucking undefeated. He's had enough, bro.
I'm tired of him. I'm tired of that gap tooth motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, but
He feels different the way I feel about Virgil.
No, wait. Shut the fuck up. Let's be fair. He's not the problem, though.
Yeah, but bro, okay.
I can't have an attitude with the one dude that do want to fight, but people always find a reason not to fight him. The best thing to do with a dude like that is, hey, go in there and fuck his ass up.
Hey, you know who also wants to fight? William Skull. Exactly. Exactly, bro.
I wouldn't exactly call what William Skull does fighting.
Devin Haney wants to fight. Who wants to see that motherfucker, bro?
I actually do want to. A decent amount of people do want to see him get beat up by Brian Norman.
I want to see him get his ass whooped by Brian Norman. Of course.
Did you hear what Devin Haney's dad is doing? He's going around buying up Brian Norman's sparring partners. Like he's offering them more money for Devin instead of Brian.
Wow. Listen, Jason, if he's really doing that shit, bro, they're fucking nervous over there, bro. Because just get ready for your fucking fight, Devin. If you doing all this sucker ass bullshit like that, yeah, you nervous. You must be. Just get ready for your fucking fight.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What are Devin teams doing?
Buying up all the sparring partners.
Okay, can you explain? Can you elaborate? How does that work?
I guess they must have a mole or someone on the inside, and they're basically taking all the sparring partners that Brian wants to use away.
Okay, when I know some people of the panel, they got mad at me because I called them Eugenio bitch. This is the kind of thing that I'm referring to. Like he's always they've been doing some kind of shit like this.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy.
yeah. But look with Devin. Look. I get why Undefeated doesn't care about Shakur, and he's not. I get that, but I can't act like Shakur is like Devin or that Shakur is like William Skull. Like, nah, you got to give that kid a bit more grace than that. That he want all them fights.
Nah, fuck him, bro. He said he don't care about us. So why the fuck should we care about him? We don't.
Damn, I felt that in the chest. I felt that.
Fuck him, man. And remember, he was saying
Look,
that Top Rank set him up, bro. Get the fuck out of here. In your
that
own
was
town.
retarded. But I'll be real. In terms of him saying I don't give a shit about the fans. I don't care about that motherfucker's been lying about that shit for years, bro. That's literally the sound stuff on Twitter. That's every single time. Because what's it called? Right after that, he's out here. Look, guys, I'm trying some new shit. You just gotta wait. I'm working on this. Goes into the fucking Williams Zepeda fight. A person that doesn't care about the fans doesn't fight that fight.
You right.
If you go into that fight like fuck the fans, you probably just booking it. Shit.
Look,
a lot of people have booked it.
Check it out. The other thing is this. Like I'm not hyped for Stevenson Lopez. Like I'm not. Like it is. If it happened, it happened. But that's not a fight that I look at, and I'm really, really excited about that. Like Brody, I'm more excited to see Better Beef again. I literally I'm just happy Better Beef is fighting again this year. I'm more excited. Even Fat Boy, even Benavidez Yard. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Okay. Julius, okay, but don't you feel these conversations always like we talk about these fights? It's like they're all like shit, but they're different kinds of shit, different kinds of diarrhea.
Yeah.
Like nobody likes Shakur, Tio, Ryan Garcia. Nobody really likes those guys, but we have to pretend that one is a little bit better than the other.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. Why I cannot root for a guy? I cannot root for Stevenson. I cannot root for David.
Thank you,
I
Leo.
cannot root
Thank
for
you.
Tio. I cannot root for Ryan Garcia. I cannot root for Rolly. I cannot root for any of those guys.
Whoa. Why'd you add Rolly to this mix? Yeah, like that's a crazy thought.
Yo, I'm rooting for Rolly to knock out Pacquiao. Get Abuelito out of here.
Well, I'm not rooting for that either. Like,
no. Wait a minute. Isn't Rolly a two-division world champion?
Thank you.
Yo, shut the fuck up, bro.
Get Abuelito out of here, bro. Get him out of here. Knock him out into retirement.
No. I think what the real crux of what we're saying is there are very few American fighters you can actually support, because all of those were all American fighters or based out of America. And if you think about the guys that you do like, right? Like, yeah, you're gonna like Norman. I do like Brian Norman. I do like that kid. I really, really hope he knocks out Devin, because I think the welterweight division will be in a much better place.
Do you think that would what's it called? Because I think Brim said this before, but I do you think that would actually just make him like maybe not a full star, but like put him on that track for winning that fight if it's devastating too?
No, look, as a foundational Black American, I can say.
Shut the fuck up.
Listen. No. On some real shit though. On some real shit. If just hypothetically speaking, Ray, if Brian knocked him out, that would be the shot heard around the world. It'd be Cameron and Mace would talk about it. Gilly the Kid and Waylo would talk about it. That it would go beyond boxing if Devin got knocked out. You see, now I don't know if he gonna Jin Sasaki him. Because like, bro, Jin is a fucking heavy.
I hope he erases his fucking memories, man.
My dude, you could throw rice in the air and hit that motherfucker, bro. Like that. Like, you can't miss him. Whereas you got to give Devin a little more credit than that. But just hypothetically speaking, if he flattened Devin, yeah, he's good. That he's on his way. Yeah, because that's what it would take.
And then top rank needs to build something. Take that motherfucker to Atlanta. Like build him. Don't
Yeah.
just fucking have him fighting in Japan and now he's fighting in Saudi. Take him home, bro. Make him a star, an American star, an exciting American star.
And the other thing is that Brian is in a. You could argue that Brian is the best welterweight in the world right now. You could argue that.
I mean, no, he is.
No, because Mario wouldn't beat him. Broly wouldn't beat
Yeah,
him.
he is the best welterweight in the world.
He's the best
Like-
welterweight in the world right now. And that puts him in a position where Top Rank, when y'all come back, just like Undefeated said, put some fucking money up, bro. Put some fucking money up, bro. Y'all wasted enough money on fucking Teofimo. Y'all wasted enough money on Shakur. Put
On
some
Devin.
fucking money up.
But I think we already knew the play, the Brian Norman play. The reason that you didn't actually want to fight both Sanis when you had the opportunity is because you wanted this. You wanted the guy like he was moving up in weight with more class.
Yep.
And you got it. Now, can you deliver? Because if you can knock the fuck out this guy, Demi,
all is forgiven.
I would not do
It
that
is.
now, because if you can do that consistently, because after you do that, you can actually say, okay, all these little motherfuckers in Walter Wade and Ryan Garcia Wade and all those fucking weights.
Ryan Garcia.
All that shit, you know. If you want to go to Walter Wade, you have to pass with me. I am the guy. He's talking about Raw. He's talking about all these guys. If you want to do that, I will not be that mad.
He has to do it though, is the main thing.
Yeah.
And you know what I don't like? I don't like when I want something too much because it clouds judgment. I think the welterweight division needs Brian Norman to win. I think I do like. I think the welterweight division would be much better off if he keeps his WBO title. But you have to admit that we're all hoping. We're hoping he knocks out Devin. And here comes fucking Devin and fucks it up for all of us. He fucks it all up.
You know what the welterweight division needed? The welterweight division needed fucking Conor Benn, but he decided, hey, I'm gonna fight Chris Eubank in 2 fights that will not matter in 2 years.
My dude.
Yeah, like that would have been great. You got somebody in the welterweight division out of the UK, and then we got these. Well, we got one from America.
Undefeated. Imagine right now if you said, look, the welterweight picture at this moment is Conor Benn with, I don't know, let's say the some title, the WBA or something.
Yeah.
Conor Benn with the WBA, Mario Barrios with the WBC, and he's gonna die real soon. And Lewis Crocker with the IBF. That would be actually a very fun division to be in.
Yo, the shit is, I agree that welterweight would have been better off if Conor stayed. But the decision that Conor made, for the money, it's like any boxer would have made that decision. Any boxer, every boxer.
I mean, it's 10 million, right?
That's what I'm saying. That you got to think that. Of course, look, would I pick Conor to beat Rolly? Yes. Would I pick Conor to beat Mario Barrios? Yes. Would I pick Conor to beat Lewis Crocker? It's a little closer. I don't want to underestimate Crocker because I did that already. But he'd be the favorite. But you would have to fight all 3 of those guys 4 times to get the money that you just got losing.
I don't think so. I disagree with you. I disagree with you.
Yo, can you imagine?
No,
can you imagine if it was Conor and Crocker with the belts over there?
Yo,
and
that's what I mean.
Bro, it'll be the motherfucker from Atlanta stopping the British invasion. Like the redcoats are coming, and you got this motherfucker standing.
But you made the point. Undefeated. You made the point that I was alluding to. It is not a foregone conclusion that Conor Benn would have beat Brian Norman. The buck might have stopped there.
Oh no, he would have died fighting Brian Norman. But it's like
I would pay for that fight.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
fight, though.
If you had Conor Benn versus Lewis Crocker, like genuinely, I even said that I was like, yo, Conor Benn, yo, give him whatever. Just hide it from UCAD. Pay UCAD all the money in the world so Conor Ben can make welterweight again, and have him fight Lewis
damn.
Crocker. That fight would feed families over there. I don't know if you make it a pay-per-view, but I wouldn't make it a pay-per-view over here.
I would pay for it. Yeah,
I might too, bro. Just watching because the atmosphere that shit would have would be insane.
Honestly, like you're right about Conor would bring an excitement to the welterweight division that it doesn't have it doesn't have it right now. Like, I don't think any of us are really gonna feel hopeful about welterweight until Devin Haney is counted out. Until Devin Haney is, that's when hope will return.
I read something from like Real Talk, and they said Norman is a big dick in an Asian locker room at welterweight right now.
Say it, dog. That's what I'm saying.
No, but okay.
Welterweight isn't packing 12 inches.
You know what's the thing about, for example, welterweight? Don't you have the feeling that even in the last 2 years, that division didn't have a Eastern European or South Asian champion? It feels fake, like a fake division.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
If you're a guy with a lot of consonants is not holding the IBF, it feels like the due process is not being respected.
Well, think about Leo. What speaks to what you're saying is, look, by all rights, Shakram Gayasov should be the WBO.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
and they're keeping those guys out. Suleiman Sissoko is the mandatory to Mario Barrios. I would pick Suleiman to beat that fucking guy. Like, yeah, Suleiman ain't perfect, but he'll beat that guy.
I'll agree, because the thing is, it's like those European guys and like Gayasov and everything, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, yeah, if you let those guys into the party, even with the shit that we were just saying before, I think a lot of those fights just don't happen.
That
like if this
even the guys like Karen, like, bro, I'll tell you right now, Barrios don't beat Karen, Rowley don't beat Karen. I don't even know if Brian beats fucking
Crocker
Karen.
Doesn't. I can say that for sure.
Crocker don't beat Karen Chukadzian, right? So I think they're freezing. That's why it feels fake, Leo, because you know that there's more there, but they won't let them in the club. They outside. They sitting on parked cars right now.
On the wrong side of the street.
And I understand. No, it's not even that. Because I wouldn't say Karen's on the wrong side. What side of the street's Karen on? The fuck? I never heard his side of the street before.
Where's he from?
The street. He's standing in in it, bro.
He's
just out there.
Bro, that dude's directing traffic, bro. He's not even in the street. Directing traffic.
They don't want to let that motherfucker eat like Palestine and shit. God damn.
They not letting him walk outside. That's generally what it is. Like they got like, what's it called? They nailing up his house like he's a zombie in COD or something.
The real shit is they're doing a disservice to the division, because in all likelihood the division would be more exciting if it were allowed to be a sport. Then you know how sport is. The cream of the crop permeates to the top. But what we're left with is a lot of wannabe superstars. Mario Barrios got a belt. Rowley got a belt. 46-year-old Manny fucking Pacquiao don't want to fucking just chill out and get Jinky pregnant. Like, yo, dog, that I don't even want to see this old ass man fight. Why is he out here?
Why is PBC still around? Jesus Christ. They're all PBC fighters.
They're a cockroach, dude. They are a cockroach. They will never die. I'm convinced.
I will say this. It's like I will say this. I do prefer, like, I know people are gonna say this is fucked up and I'm soft for saying this shit. I would rather see Manny Pacquiao fight Rolly than like Brian Norman. I don't want to see that shit, bro.
No. I get that, but at the same time, what irritates me about Manny is if Rolly didn't have a belt and Mario didn't have a belt, you know fucking good and well you wouldn't be out here. If it was just Boots and Brian and some Karen Chukadzian, yo, dog, Manny would be in a fucking rocking chair in the Philippines, dog. Like, yeah,
you're not wrong, but at the same time, it's like, whose fault is that? We saw fucking Raleigh win a tie through. Like, we saw Mario Barrios become Ugas's number one contender off of a loss. Like, it ain't Manny's fault that you're promoting trash to champions. Like, I can get money.
What irritates what irritates me about the Pacquiao thing is, they're doing the nauseating. Oh, he wants to break his own record. He wants to be the oldest welterweight. Like, who fucking cares, bro? All I know is if Bud still had all his belts, you wouldn't be out here. That's what I know. If Bud had all his, yeah, you wouldn't be out here. Or if Boots picked up all them belts, you wouldn't be out here. If Brian Norman had all them belts, you wouldn't be out here. So you with the bullshit too. You only back here because you see they got a Special Olympics kid in Rolly with a fucking belt, and you trying to take advantage of that. That's the only reason you out here, bro.
Is Rolly truly the most manufactured career of all time?
It's one of
Yes.
the, I mean, it's up there.
Because I don't think Wilder's was this bad. No,
at
no,
least
no. I don't think
no, at
Wilder's was
least
this bad.
nah,
No, I don't
at
think
least Wilder was an Olympian. At least he has that to fall back on. Rolly, like, nah, dog. Oh shit, that's a big ass bug. Fuck.
No, I wonder legitimately, he be the champion to be a champion. You can say
Yeah, he
whatever you
beats
want
the
about
world.
this, but that was a clear victory. That wasn't Ismael Barroso getting stopped by punches that didn't connect. No, that shit was legit. It wasn't like, oh shit, Berman.
Yeah,
But it was better than Rolly for sure.
it is, but it's like when I think about like that, right? The Bermain Severn shit. I remember people talking about that, and they said what was supposed to happen is that Vlad actually wanted to fight Bermain Severn since the WBC was the title his brother held, and now he could actually fight for it.
And
And
he was
instead
willing
of
to pay
that
Wilder to
happening,
step aside. He's
exactly.
willing to pay Wilder to step aside, and Wilder
And
didn't want.
but
Wilder asked for
Wilder's
10
team
million. Wilder asked for 10 million, and it was like, this is how you know Wilder was ducking smoke. If you take the step aside money, it's not 10 million, but if you take the step aside money and you let Vlad fight Stavern, then you get to fight Vlad for all the
and you could
belts.
and you could do that for 10, maybe even more, plus the step aside money you just got.
That's how you knew that he didn't want to fight Vlad. That dog, you let Vlad fight this guy. It's not like you lose your title shot. You still have your title shot, except when you get it, you'll be fighting for undisputed. So it would have been lovely for you, unless you don't want to fight Vlad. You want to fight Stavern, so you get that easy belt. It's like it's just plain as fucking day.
Yeah, but what you're saying is, yeah, there is a lot of bitch on that whole story, but there is nothing fraudulent or corrupt about it because you didn't want it.
Fair enough.
The very hard fight, and the volley case, dude, that shit was fixed. That shit,
Yeah,
dude, you cannot stop the fight for that shit. You were losing. You were losing.
Yeah.
You were about to lose that fight.
He was down on the cards. He was down on the card, and he got hurt in the fight.
And the thing is too is that people point out that shit and they think that's where it like started, or like they'll point out the Tank fight and they think that's when people started calling Rolly trash. But that's not even true. It was really that Marinius fight. Like that shit was like you like what's it called? Getting like hit with a bunch of cold water or something. Like, god damn, this dude's ass.
But and what really made Rolly ass is that we heard about him for so long, but at least for me, I kept hearing about this fucking retard that this kid named Rolly. He beat up Ryan in sparring. And you remember Ryan?
Yeah.
Ryan name meant something at the time, like because Ryan supposed to be the next Oscar. It's like, oh, I gotta see this Rolly dude, man. I keep hearing about Rolo, Big Rolo, and I'm like, yo, this y'all playing like what is this? Who is this? You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
That
And then
like,
bro, and then it was like people were like, yo, maybe Marinius is just like that. And I was buying into that too. And I remember I was what's his name? Blue Collar TV Sport was, right? And when the Comey fight came out, we were like, damn, we don't know what's about to happen. It's gonna be crazy. This could be crazy, bro. We could watch Marinius put on a masterclass or something. Comey knocked his ass out and started breakdancing.
easy.
He started breakdancing in the ring. I was like, oh my god, this shit's embarrassing.
And what the fuck is my formula? A top ranked gatekeeper is better than a PBC champion. A top ranked gatekeeper, a guy that's over there to get fucked up at PBC. Oh nah, he's a hot potato at PBC. Too dangerous.
That shit was I was stunned seeing that shit. I was like, damn, like he looked so at the time I really thought, I was like, yo, he looked so competent. He looked like he really knew what he was doing when he was boxing Rolly. He coming against Comey, bro. He just had nothing.
But Rolly is the clearest example of how boxing gets in its own way. You know that you're not helping anything by putting a title in this idiot's hands. You're not helping the sport. You're not helping the division. Like it doesn't benefit. It doesn't benefit anything except for the brown paper bag money you must have got. That's got to be the only benefit, because it's like this ridiculous, dog. Everybody beats this idiot. Everyone. How the fuck he a welterweight champion ain't fought a welterweight yet? This shit retarded. Like
Nah. He what's it called? Whoa, you remember? Like Rolly said, he won a world title at Ryan weight, bro.
So he's a Ryan weight world champion.
Yeah, bro.
Super Ryan weight, bro.
Champion of Ryan's ass.
Super Ryan weight, bro.
Shit, probably the way Ryan was talking about him after that, bro. Like he really shouldn't have. He really should have just kept his mouth. This is why motherfuckers got to delete their Twitter accounts, bro. That shit. Stop getting into Twitter beefs with dudes and shit, because that shit where he said, Rolly's power. Oh no, that was an interview. My bad. He was like, Rolly's power, I think, would really give guys like Stevenson problems. And I'm like, yo, I thought you said you had an off night. You were really worried about that, nigga?
Yo. All them kids is the reason that they get away with it is because they're all fucking weird. Like the bar is set so low for them. Like,
but
they
that's
can say
just
anything.
That's just like, I know that boxing might be cooked, because it's like if somebody I feel like if somebody said back in, like, I won't even say the 80s, I say like the early 2000s, yo, I was really worried about a guy like Rolly. I was worried about his power. Like, he gave me a lot of difficulties. They might tell that motherfucker to retire, like, right there. Like, we don't need you in the sport no more. Like, it might be over. You gotta go.
The real shit is they tried to reverse the process. Instead of allowing the pressure of boxing to bring you that diamond in the rough, because that's the way that it was. They try to manufacture the stars now. Like you said earlier, Ray, they tell you that the guy's a star, even though he hasn't become that yet. But that's what they're doing now, which is why the boxers are so shit. They wanted that so badly for Ryan because he has a bunch of Instagram followers. And then they wanted that so badly for Rolly because he beat up Ryan in a sparring session. It's like the shit is ass backwards. Let them fight and let the last man standing be the fucking star.
And the worst part is they did all this to try and get a rematch with Tank Davis, even though Tank has been very clear for a while now, he don't do rematches. The fuck is wrong with you?
Even when I saw Ryan was with Max Kellerman, the first thing Max, he don't bring up his accolades, no championship, no IBF, he said with 1 million followers, Ryan Garcia. Like, bro, like that's fucking ass, bro.
I would like to think that was a low-key diss from Max.
I mean, like, yo, you trying to, you upset. What the fuck Max supposed to say, bro?
For real, what was he gonna say?
you upset for what? Like,
with a win over Luke Campbell.
Was he supposed to lie? Like, I forgot who it was on that Golden Boy like production where they were like, Ryan Garcia is facing former 3-weight divisional champion Javier Fortuna, and I was like, the three-weight champion.
They don't give a fuck at Golden Boy, bro. They don't give a fuck, bro.
I heard that. I was like,
yo, wait a minute. Where was Javier a champion? Like, huh?
Yeah,
where?
I was like, I know he had the Reggie, but where else did this happen?
They don't give a fuck over there, though.
Javier Fortuna sandwich, man.
But you see, and this is why I'm for Zuffa boxing. This is exactly why. Because if they produce a star, it'll be the old-fashioned way. The guy climbs up the ranks and fights his way to the top, and maybe he'll be a star at the end of that. It's not like this where they're trying to like convince you that the guy is a star. Because that's what they're doing. Oh, yeah, Ryan got 1 million followers on Instagram, so he's a star. But when he fought Devin, it didn't sell nothing. When he fought Rolly, it didn't sell nothing. And I'm like, yo, is Ryan a star, bro? Is he?
You know who's... Oh, go ahead. No, I was going to say, you know whose brand of line that I like when they talk about that shit? Yo, you got to watch Gary Jonas when he talking about them pro box fighters. Because he's lying out of his ass. But it's about shit I respect. Like, he'll go about a fighter and he'll be like, it'll be like a fighter that lost on like Top Rank or like Golden Boy. Basically, they lost on a popular platform, and it might have been a bit close. And what he'll say is 100%. They were robbed on that platform, and they won that fight. And that other fight they lost, they won that shit too. But that just shows you the quality of guys that we get on Pro Box. On everything, that's 90% of the dudes that they.
I respect that, man. I respect
that shit. That's like it's cap.
That's commitment, bro.
But it's respectable cap.
No
Like when they said Shakhman Rakhimov beat what's it called, Joe Cordina, I was like, bullshit. But you can lie about that if you want.
No, but it's like the comic. It's like, no, dude, you actually won that fight. I don't give a fuck. I was watching the fight. You clearly won. Don't worry.
Speaking of absolute fucking losers, you see Casemiro back in the news talking shit about Inoue, of course.
God.
No,
he got off the heroin.
He got lit the fuck up for sparring and preparing for his comeback fight against some Japanese amateur kid, not even a pro yet. This kid beat the shit out of him in sparring. Like,
I seen that.
God.
That was last week. I seen that.
Shit, send me his name, bro. That might be another prospect to look at.
The shit, Casemiro is a guy I gave up on, dog. Like he may as well be retired at this point. Like, bro, you're not gonna do nothing. Whatever you was gonna do, dog, you did it already, bro. You know, just get back on the heroin. You did it already. You made it. Get back on that heroin, bro.
Didn't Raytron Onito like expose him or some shit like that? Or
No, they tried to help him. But
They tried to help him.
Wait, they did? Like for the
Yeah,
with
they
the
did.
addiction?
Rachel said they tried to help him and they gave him advice because he had like the guys he was with was giving him like the wrong advice. That's why he was acting all stupid and giving the finger and all that. But he just fucked up still on his own.
Well, remember he was with Sean Gibbons, is what it was. He's with Sean Gibbons, and you know Sean is a fucking idiot. But he's with Sean Gibbons, and it's after he uses the sauna in the Paul Butler fight. Because remember, he went to the UK. He was supposed to defend his title against Paul Butler. He uses the sauna. He gets in trouble with the BBBOC, and he gets stripped by the WBO. And that's when everything spiraled out of control for him. After that, his career went to shit. After that.
What? So, oh man, honestly, isn't his career like pretty well accomplished at this point? Like, I swear he's like a 3-division champion or something.
Casemiro?
I think so.
About that. 3-weight world champion.
I think is two weight.
Oh, it's 2. Because I know. Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure. I think one was did he not get a? I'm pretty sure one was at flyweight. Did he not get a title at super flyweight or something?
He had a title at the title that he had was at what? That wasn't at Superfly. That was at Bantam. Title that he had.
Oh. No, I swear he had one before though. Like, 'cause I remember he had a win over a guy from a while ago.
No, you're right, bro.
Videos.
He's a 3-weight world champion. Junior flyweight, and then bantamweight.
Wow.
You're right.
Shit. I didn't even know that.
Nah, because I remember there was a fight he had a long ass time ago. Like the camera quality doesn't even look that good. And it was a champion, and he went to his backyard, beat his ass, and then he almost got killed by the crowd right after.
I don't know what fight that was.
I don't remember either, but it was in like an Office Honcho video. Hey, that guy was pulling like random Asian fighters out of his ass that just had accomplishments. So,
well, he cooked now, man. Like, if you seen the dude, his jaw ganking and all that, and he can't make weight to save his life.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of. It feels just like wasted talent, to be honest. Because like I remember when I did see like clips of him, and I saw like, you know, everything besides the Regal fight, basically. And he just looked like a very like fun, explosive fighter to watch.
He's slightly better than Mark Mixayo. That's how I look at him. He's slightly better than
I
Mark
don't know
Mixayo.
about that. Mark Mixayo's kind of ass.
What is that?
He's low key ass. I
What is
don't
that?
know if I want to put him there.
I said he's slightly better than Mark Mixayo. He's better than Mark, but not
I
by
think
much.
I think he's slightly more than ass, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Now,
I wouldn't
you gotta
put
give,
Casemiro.
you got to give Mark this. he's more of a professional. You know, he ain't all hair on up, bugging out like Casemiro. Casemiro all over the place, dog. He on his Charlie Sheen. He's bugging out.
Mark McSally might have one of the worst gas tanks I've ever seen in boxing. Like, it's underratedly like bad. Like, I remember that what's it called, the Figueroa fight, and I looked at it and I was like, yo, you can see every single time Mark McSally throws a punch that he's a better fighter than Figueroa, but for some reason he's still losing. Like, he's comfortably losing it too.
I would say I would say Mark is which is weird for those weights at that. It's very weird to see a basic 1-2 fighter that all the guy really has is a jab and a straight. That's Mark McSally, bro. He don't got nothing. He don't got a left hook. He don't got up. He don't got nothing. He got a jab and a straight. I remember the Brandon. That's all he kept throwing was the jab and a straight. Jab and a
That's
straight.
all you need for a guy like Brandon Figueroa. I mean, well,
that was all
when you
he
have a
needed.
gas
He
tank,
won,
of course.
bro.
When you have
That
a
was
gas tank, of course. let me try that again.
You got to be pretty fucking ass to get beat by Brandon Figueroa, bro. That's the other thing. Like, goddamn.
At 26, yes. At 26, yes. At 122, though, that height and reach advantage was insane.
I don't know. I thought B-Fig beat Fulton that first fight, man.
You right. That's
I
fair.
thought
That
it was close.
close.
But I didn't pick him. I didn't pick him to win that one. I thought it was like 7-5. I think a lot of people were just saying because Fulton got hurt in like a couple of rounds, like 2 of them. But in reality, a lot of times when you see Brandon throwing those like punches, they really just don't hit like that. It's weird. Like he's got like all those knockouts, but then I go look and I'm watching him like throw these like kind of like almost slaps, kind of like it's so much nothing punches.
Yeah, he don't drive his punches, man. Those are arm punches Brandon throw.
And when Fulton was hitting him, like I knew he was getting hit. Like they were clean, they were crisp, and they were just a better shots one. That's why I gave him the fight. And second fight, really I don't know what the fuck happened.
Brandon's just really good at making it look like he's in a fight. Like the only time I've ever been even remotely impressed was the Neri fight. And
yeah, that was it.
Well, hey, what's going on with Nick Ball, man?
They talking about the last thing that Nick Ball's team said is, you know, he had his 3 title defenses, right?
Right.
And now they want to fight Angelo Leo next year. That's who they want.
Oh, of course.
And
he's ready to lose his title now.
I could go for that. You know?
Oh no, it's another guy who came up in the division. Of course, he wants to fight Leo next.
Nobody wants Jason. Nobody wants Rafael. No, nobody want that shit. And Stephen Fulton is off to 130, so he's out. Angelo is there. I'm not gonna criticize him. Like, not go for it. You know why not? Angelo did just give a motherfucker a brain bleed. So hey, go for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna criticize him for it because I think Angelo Leo is a better fighter than Nick Ball. I'm standing on that statement.
That's crazy.
And I think he won that fight. I think that's unless they want to rob him, I'm giving that to Angelo Leo. I think he's a better fighter than Ball. I think Ball's really like looked suspect in these title defenses.
His last fight,
he's looking real suspect.
His last fight, he didn't look good at all.
I don't know. Even if we're going back to the ones that he won like kind of dominant, like the one over what was the first guy he beat that came up in weight?
Dogbay.
No, not Dogway. When he had the title.
Ronnie
it was
Rios.
Like a Mexican dude. Yeah, Ronnie Rios. I remember I watched that, and Ronnie Rios was hitting him often. He was beating him. He was busting up his nose, and it was like the only reason why he lost was really kind of because, you know, he wasn't like, he's just not a featherweight. Like Ronnie Rios is just not built for the featherweight division, so he just lost for that. But if I was looking at the fight and I was just talking like nuts and bolts boxing, Ronnie Rios was better than him.
Let's say this though. Ball don't know how to not stand in front of you. You know what I mean? He don't like that's what he gonna do. If Angelo hit him like he hit Luis, yeah.
I'll say this. He also don't know how to fight clean.
Crazy. And that's a pop. Hold on. And neither does Angelo. Hey, let's keep it real. I remember watching back that Tomoki Kameda fight. That's a lot of fouls and low blows that Angelo was throwing.
What?
And I remember the Luis Lopez fight. You know what you got to see a lot in that fight before that left hook? Rabbit punches. A lot of fucking rabbit punches. So look, you might just be Ball might have met his match. He might have met someone just as dirty, but also something that's gonna move around.
Yo,
That's the safest unification match, though.
Man, I speaking of that division, Lopez is apparently coming back to fight Espinoza. Brother, what are you thinking?
No. He's not. I don't think that's happened. They said
It's not gonna be him, Jason. It's gonna be Arnold Kagai. They announced it last week.
Okay.
It's gonna be Arnold.
Horrible fight, by the way.
That's not a bad fight neither, though. Arnold Kagai come to fight. He's a strong little motherfucker.
Off the Joette loss?
I think he fought a guy and won. Outside of America, go check his box rec. I think Arnold coming off a win.
Okay.
And even if he wasn't going off a win, would that be the worst thing we've heard in boxing, especially recently?
No, but it's kind of sad. Like, damn, you're the most dangerous motherfucker in the division, and you about to fight somebody that Joette handled easily, like light work. Like, he low-key just beat the shit out of a guy that night.
The shit is that Rafael, I don't know why Turkey don't want to use him. You know, like I don't get it. You know, it's clear that Turkey keeps his ear to the street. If you know who fucking Kenshiro Taraji is, bro, pretty sure you know who fucking Rafael Espinoza is. So I don't know why he ain't used that dude yet. Like, bro, this dude is made for TV, bro. Just get him another champion. He made for TV. I don't know why he don't use him. And Top Rank don't got no. Look, it's crazy to say this, but Top Rank don't got no money for no unification matches right now. They don't.
Yeah.
Crazy
it's sad because I think he's clearly the best. Like, he is clearly the best featherweight in the world right now. And generally, I would say like
Bruce. You think he beats Bruce?
He fucks up Bruce. What?
Yeah,
I never picked him to win that fight. I never picked Bruce to win that fight.
Bruce in his last fight, he looked like shit instead of shoot.
Yeah.
Hey,
we need
bro,
to stop
look.
overrating that guy. We need to stop
Hey,
overrating.
look,
He's a good fighter, good
respectfully
dude,
to Bruce, I like his style, right? I think his style is very good, but that fight against Sagawa showed something that I was wondering. Hey, if you fight a guy with your same reach advantage, because you got some long ass fucking arms, especially for featherweight, what's gonna happen? And I found out what's gonna happen. You really struggle to close that distance, and against Espinoza, that's not a good thing. And to be honest, even if you do get to close that distance, that's still not a good thing. Like, I feel like that's just a really horrible matchup.
What's really not good is he 27 going on 28.
That's
He ain't fought for a belt, and you can't keep making 126, dog. Each weigh-in, it gets worse and worse, bro. Each weigh-in.
I guess my question is,
that vegan diet saving him, bro.
Aside from the reach, who do you think has the better style, though?
Look, country. The shit is that Rafael hits so fucking hard and he throws so much, bro. It's like, yo, you listen, man. You go.
Is he like I don't know Zaragoza or something? Remember
I don't know that he can be. I don't know that Rafael can be beaten at 26. Not right now. I don't know. I wouldn't pick Angelo to beat him. I wouldn't pick Nick Ball to beat him. Shushu, I want to believe, but I don't yet. I want to believe, but I don't.
You know what's crazy, Jules? Espinoza is what they want to portray Benavidez. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would. What do you mean when you say that?
Like, you know, the Mexican monster, the volume, the power. You know?
Oh,
yeah. He is that, though. He is that.
Because the thing is,
motherfucker. Hey, shut your ass up. Hey, check this shit out. He don't want no problems with El Vaquero. They offered him that fight and he turned it down.
Who willingly wants problem with that dude, man? Like, the only reason guys fight him is because he had a belt.
Sugar Nunez, that's who, motherfucker. Sugar Nunez want them problems.
Wait,
I don't really hate it.
Sugar turned it down?
No.
No.
They offered Rafael a shot at Navarrete's belt at 130. He turned it down.
Bro. Rafael, Shushu punking you out. Now you turning down fights, bro. Like,
I think he wanted to. I don't know if he wants to stay and because he wants to unify. I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
Even
but he's
even
not
if it's not happening.
unifying, bro. He's not unifying though.
He ain't doing nothing.
He ain't,
I don't know because I don't.
yo, bro, he stayed to wait for Inui, bro. That's the only dude
That's
he's
probably what it
talking
is.
about.
Yeah.
126 is just waiting for the Inoue sweepstakes.
I don't know. I wouldn't, but yeah, low key, I wouldn't pick Navarrete to be Espinoza. To be honest, I don't think that's. I don't know,
bro.
like,
I don't
bro.
know,
Hold
bro.
on. You saw Navarrete last fight, and you confident?
Do you know why? Look, I'm not making excuses for Navarrete, but it's Charlie Suarez, bro. How motivated you gonna be? It's Charlie Suarez.
has
Look,
anybody in the panel seen that Alan Picasso guy fight before?
Yeah,
I
he's
have
pretty
seen him.
good.
I've seen him. He's pretty
He's
good.
okay.
Like he beat
For his age, listen, for his age, Alan Picasso, for his age, he's okay. He is
¿Cuántos años tiene?
okay.
¿Cuántos años tiene?
He's like what, 23?
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's young,
Yeah.
bro. He's
Good age.
young.
He's young, yeah.
He's a young dude. He got a lot of fights though. He got a lot of fight, and like I said, he don't like if not for this Inoue shit, I would tell you that kid has a future. If not for this, I would say like, yeah, that kid has a future. He's okay.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
it's just too early for him, to be honest. Like, well, there's never going to be a good time to fight anyway, I guess. But
I mean, when
it's-
Inoue get old and slow down, you know he ain't gonna keep like. I love that dude. I fucking love that dude. But when he go out, and I keep telling y'all, when he go out, it's gonna be bad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad.
Who's the dude?
What if it
Jinko's
happens to be
fighting? 'Cause
Picasso?
he's-
Don't say that. Don't play with me.
No.
you
We
spooking
can't have another
Jules,
big,
man.
we cannot have another big fight interrupted at the finish line, man. In a way,
Yeah,
take
don't
care of
put
business.
that shit out there. We got one more before Jinto. Don't even do that shit, bro.
nah, that would be a big fight. You know, what's it called? Junso versus the guy that slayed the monster in Japan. Yeah, that would be it.
Viva Mexico!
That's what
Viva
it would be.
Mexico!
Bro, don't make me get a voodoo witch on your ass.
That would be his Neri moment. That would be his Neri moment, bro.
The other thing about Allen undefeated is he's big for the weight, though. He's got height.
Yeah.
He's big for the weight. He's got height and length. You know, he's
If-
not
if-
as big. He's not as big as Rafa, but you could see that, like, yeah, this guy's got some height for 122.
I seen a couple of just highlights, and I'm like, okay, you know, maybe he might. Oh, shit, if he does better than fucking Cardenas, hold on.
Bro, the shit is that Cardenas
Yeah.
was not supposed to do that well, bro. Keep it a bean. It was a
Exactly.
great fight, but that was a big scare for Inoue, bro. That was a big.
Yeah.
That dude ain't. Yo, to me,
Mo-
Cardenas did better than fucking Neri, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucking eyelids opened up and shit.
He gave him a much harder fight, I think.
Right. Cardenas did way better than them MJ.
That's another
Yeah.
one. That's another one.
I
But
think it's
that's-
because people didn't rate Cardenas because his last fight, but the dude he fought was like basically a 126 pounder moving down to 122. And they're like, oh, he's hurting him and he's stunning him and shit. I'm like, yeah, because this motherfucker's big as shit. Like, he's not even supposed to be here.
But the other shit is, Inoue probably, and I'm not making excuses for him, but you have to reconcile. How do you pitch a shutout with a former champion, but you going through hell and back with an underdog? It gotta be because you didn't think it was gonna be like that with Cardenas, bro.
Yeah.
You did-
He was like, he was chilling.
Didn't take it seriously. Like you just like, this another can for me to kick down the road. So when MJ get here, you like, yeah, I ain't going through that bullshit again. We gonna take this motherfucker seriously.
Like, I remember, like, in the dressing room and shit, he was relaxing, he was smiling, he was eating fucking cake and shit. And I'm like,
You remember
the fuck,
he's
you
these
eating
little
cake
square
before the
cakes
fight?
and shit. He looked like a Pokemon on that floor. Tell me he ain't look like a Pokemon.
You eating lemon squares and cakes before the fight. I'm like, yeah, something bad might happen. And then he just got dropped. I was like, yep, there we go.
You know, he looked like I choose you, Inoue. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I really got worried about? Because he was fighting in America for the first time in like a couple of years. And I remember the level of like dick riding and shit online and fucking hater shit where people are like, yo, he's got to fight in America, bro. He's got to fight in America. It's such a big difference over here than over there. And
He's
then when he
talking
dropped
tank.
him, I was so tight. I was like, fuck, bro. They about to say they right, bro. They about to say they
Yeah.
right. And they gonna say he got dropped by an Uber driver, bro.
The
Hey,
shit is,
And it's
he was a Lyft driver, bro. Get it right.
the shit is that nobody in America could really talk shit because, well, a lot of those are Javante Davis fans that was talking shit. A lot of them, y'all
What are
boy,
they
you
gonna
know,
say?
he took a knee because of the hairspray. So I mean, like, really though, you know
bro,
what I'm saying?
you can't even use that shit as an argument. They'll straight up
Yo,
pretend that never happened, bro.
For real.
that shit was like mad fucking frustrating because I was like there at the Barclays Center. I can never forget that motherfucker, man.
It's just annoying because it's like I'm seeing it now, right? Because he's retiring and everything, and you got the ring asking like, "Hey, how y'all rate his career and all this stuff?" And I'm so it just gets annoying to watch, and I know I shouldn't be
Una
annoyed at it
mierda.
at this point, but it's like it's crazy to watch some people get so like surprised when everybody's like, "Yo, yeah, his career was ass. Like this is genuinely ass. Like this isn't good at all."
Like Max
Yo, you
Kellerman
just
straight up
went.
said on their show. Max Kellerman straight up said on their show, like he's never been like he's held belts, but he's never been the
He's
true
never been the
champion in any
man.
weight class.
Yeah.
And
What's it called? You know what somebody did in response to that in that comment section? They said, because I basically brought up, I was like, oh, he's talking about lineal. Like, if you guys are confused, because some people are like, he has been champion. I'm like, he's talking about lineal, right? And they said, yo, lineal don't in Ring Magazine don't mean shit. I'm like, how? Like,
I kind of stop like processing, like my central processing unit with Javante Davis fans. Like it's era 505, bro, 404. Like look, nothing matters. Nothing matters with Javante. Belts don't matter, unification don't matter, fucking undisputed.
no, Jules, you're wrong.
Nothing
You're
matters,
wrong.
bro.
Nah, man.
That's not the case, bro. It matters only when it's
Like Chrome
beneficial
Hearts,
for
man.
Davis. That's what he is. He's a paradox, basically. Like he's paradox, man. Everything matters only when it benefits him. So like belts
Yeah.
don't matter now, but if there's a bum ass nigga holding that belt, now belts
Then it
matter
matters.
because
Then it's
bum ass
important.
Rolly holding a belt now being a world champion matters, right?
You know what's crazy, man, about that? That they're not running around with a 3 division world champion bullshit with Tank
Yeah.
Davis as soon as because the thing is, I think the WBA exposed him by accident when they elevate him because they actually officially say like, oh yeah, now he's a 2 division world champion.
Oh
Real.
damn!
Yo, I remember
I
about
remember
that.
that. That's
Like,
crazy.
about that, I remember somebody was arguing for Tank, obviously, and they were saying like, why should he fight Devin Haney? Look how many pay-per-view shows he had with Regis, and plus Regis is too big. And it's like, bro, look at him now. He's fighting Jake Paul. None of that shit matters when it comes to Tank. Nothing.
Bro, I
It
think
matters when it's
this is
convenient.
gonna be. There was a period. This is before Ray was born and before a lot of the young guys was born. There was a period in Harlem where motherfuckers was running around with pacifiers, right?
Damn.
Like yeah, like
The fuck?
they was really wearing baby pacifiers, and they was wearing the little girl shits. Like they would braid their hair up, and they would have the little
The
shit
what?
the colorful shit, like the two little balls, the twist up shit. You know,
Nah, bro,
yeah,
no,
I'm
I
dead
know what you
ass.
the hair tie shit, like the what's
Yes,
it called?
there was
The
a
little
period.
marbles and
Nah,
shit.
Listen, the two
I am
marbles,
embarrassed
yeah.
I'm
yeah,
embarrassed to back up what Jules is saying. This is a thing that actually happened.
This happened, and I believe that Javante Davis's this period of people that are apologizing for him, right? It's gonna age like that to where motherfuckers really gonna try to act like they wasn't on his dick for absolutely nothing. Cause it's like they high, like there's a spell on these guys or something right now. But when he's really gone, it's gonna wear off, and you're gonna be like, yo, why was you even on his dick? Like, what did he
yo,
do, bro?
because the thing is, it's like I remember, and I've already started to notice it, because like I remember, like you'll see people say like, man, y'all say this, but y'all were high on this guy and this guy and this guy, and Tank's resume was way better than theirs, and I'm just thinking, Yo, can you name me some guys on Tank's resume? I want to hear you say it out loud.
And you know that
Ro-
all of those wins are gonna age. Like a lot of those, because what are the wins that he got that they like to talk about? They like to talk
Leo
about
Santa
Rolly.
Cruz.
They like
No,
to
no, no,
talk
no.
about Roll. No, they like to
It's
talk about
Rolly,
Rolly. They like to talk about
Isaac,
Isaac.
Barrios. That
Yep.
those are the ones they're going out with now because those are the ones that have, like you could argue possibly aged well. Those are the only ones.
Barry, everybody know what's gonna happen to Barry. Like everybody know,
Yeah.
dog. Everybody know. Everybody know what's gonna happen. Well, it already happened to Rolly. It happened with Isaac, but because it's still a guy that Javante Davis fought, they don't really feel bad.
Qu-
But everybody know what's gonna happen. Like, bro, the
Quiet as
best
kept.
thing
It
for
already
Rolly
happened
to
to
do.
Barrios.
Listen, the smartest thing Rolly could do, yo, take whatever money you make from your next fight, bro, and take a trade. Cause if you keep fighting, you gonna get fucked up, bro.
what you
you
what you mean a
you
trade? You want to become a carpenter or something?
yo
A
get in the
welder,
air
bro.
conditioning. Yo, get in the air conditioning, bro. Everybody need air conditioners, bro.
Jules, that motherfucker, all he likes to do is play video games and skateboard. You really think he's gonna become a carpenter?
He better do something. Cause he can't keep fighting. He can't keep fighting. Somebody gonna fuck you up. And
Yep.
the other thing is he a fat boy. How much longer you think Rolly could keep making 147? How much longer? He a
Wait,
fat boy.
is he
Forever.
really a
Hopefully,
fat
he's
ass,
not
Jules?
that
Because
big.
I ain't never heard Rolly having problems making weight.
My
No,
dude,
he's always had problems making weight. That
yes,
is
Really?
that is
I've
yeah.
never
yes.
read
That's
anything or
yeah,
heard
yeah.
anybody
Yeah,
say he's
me
had
either.
problems making weight.
I never heard that either.
At 30,
Yeah.
at 35,
My
I remember
dude,
him vividly
what
saying he was
what
killing
y'all
himself to
think?
make that weight.
What y'all think that dude? Y'all think that dude is walking around anywhere near 147? I could
Oh
look
God,
at him and
no,
see
no,
No, who
no.
he
does
Like,
gotta
though,
be
Jules?
yeah, but
A
like
lot
165.
of those motherfuckers walk
not
around at
for
170, 175.
not
I'm
for
telling.
nothing. At 47 versus Ryan, that boy looked shiz. His shoulders were popping. Like he looked like he didn't struggle against Tank. You could tell
Uh,
that one knockout, he was gone, bro. His legs was
to
spaghetti.
your point,
Yo, my
guys.
dude, I hear you. I hear you, right? But check it. That fight that how many times did Rolly fight this year?
It's
Once.
only going to be
Once.
one, the
Yeah,
Ryan
Yeah,
fight,
yeah.
So
right?
once.
I'm telling you, so the dude only fought once, and that was months ago. What the fuck you think he's sitting around doing? Push-ups? You think that like what
Yeah,
what
that's
y'all think
Uh,
that motherfucker doing right now? That
Fajenos.
motherfucker
but
eating.
Jules, okay, I'm not trying to sit here and say that Rolly lives a fucking Bernard Hopkins fucking lifestyle, but we ain't never seen no pictures of him with a big ass gut or a fat face.
Yo, give it a
So,
minute. Give it a
you
minute.
know,
Give
if
it
we
a
see pictures like that, like we've seen with Tank, then I'll
I'm
believe you.
telling you know why I say that? He's not gonna be young forever, Ignacio.
No, I
Young
get it, but as he's gotten older, he's moved up, so you can see that he's not sticking around at a smaller weight class.
Yeah,
I
because even Pitbull had him dizzy, bro. Off a couple of punches, and he was wobbly.
and what
And
was
you don't,
that? That was at 40. Y'all
40.
acting
That was
like
at
that was
Yeah.
40.
ages ago. That was at
yeah,
40.
at 47 versus Ryan, he looked pretty solid, bro. He looked
All
solid.
right. All
You
right.
you don't think Salah's got him a check?
I honestly, I was
well,
gonna say he probably calls him out, like tells that
Yeah,
motherfucker he needs to stay in the gym. That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
but
you
when
don't
you
see
not
nobody
fight,
saying
yeah,
he's
but
blowing up.
Ignacio, when you not fighting a dude fought once. So what do you think he's doing with the time?
No. Okay, so I'm like I said, I'm not sitting here saying that this dude's in the gym training, but maybe he's doing other shit. I know that there are trainers that say when their fighters are not fighting, they tell them, "Yo, go do something else. Go fucking swim. Go play tennis. Go." They do some
Respectfully,
kind of activity. Like they don't just. Well, not
Go
everybody, but some of
go
the
fuck
trainers
lawyers,
definitely
bro.
say they try to keep these dudes active so they're not on their
Salas
ass
isn't
just
strict
gaining
like
I
weight.
that,
tell
bro.
y'all what,
Salas
y'all
isn't
got a
strict
lot
like
more
that.
faith in Rolly than I do. Y'all think that motherfucker over
Like
here
Ah,
swimming, he playing golf, you know what I'm
Big
saying? He doing
Rolo.
calisthenics, big roller.
well,
Like y'all got a lot
I
more
mean,
faith in him than I
ex
do.
Big Rolo's in
I'm
the
just saying
lifestyle
because we
coach.
ain't seen a picture of him being fat. If we saw a picture of him being fat, then you'd have every right to
My
say
thing
he
is
ain't
he's
staying in.
already he's
I
my
mean,
thing
the
is
thing about Rolly,
Rolly is a big kid, bro. Rolly's not a little dude. Like Rolly's
some
he
cabezón,
got
man.
some size, bro. He got some size. So I'm like, it ain't gonna take long for him to outgrow welterweight. Remember, he just got there. He ain't been there long. How much longer you think he gonna be able to make it when you fought once this year and you ain't do nothing after that?
I would probably say he fights a couple more times at welter, and then he probably ends up moving up to 54.
Imagine
That's
that motherfucker.
Yeah.
insane.
No,
He's not
I
a
think
54
no,
pounder.
I think
Like,
he's fine at welter. The thing
yeah.
no, but the thing about Rolly is like it just was a matter of time he become a welterweight because he had pictures in the past. Just to add to Jules' points, like what how boxers do, like with a regular picture pointing at the scale. Yeah, and that motherfucker was like around 180. But that wasn't
Right?
saying like he was gonna retire. Remember?
Trying to tell
Yeah,
you.
that's what I mean.
Trying
He
to
was
tell
like
you.
killing himself making 35. Like that shit was
But
insane.
he because I think he's not fat. He's just muscular as fuck. Like I can tell he retains a lot of fucking water and muscle in his body.
And I'm telling you, what's he in his mid-20s now, Jose? He's about in his
Yeah.
mid-20s.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
also
he's
like
around that same
we
age as Tank and all them dudes, like
al-
26,
also like
27.
let's keep it a bug. Like Rolly's not a guy who has a lot of money, so he doesn't have like those high level training facilities and those snacks and all
I
those
mean,
things.
he
So
does.
the thing about
Yeah,
Rolly, he just
exactly.
loses
They
weight
think
like
they're gonna
regular
put
weight.
Rolly in cryo sleep till the next fight. You know
Loco,
what I'm saying? It ain't gonna go.
loco, ese tigre lo que corre, go to a
But
sauna, man. He just
oh
loses
yeah,
weight
but
like the ultimate way,
at the same time, Rolo's not like fucking Devin or these other dudes. He's not buying flashy ass chains. He's not buying expensive ass cars. That
I bet you he
motherfucker
got a new
skates
box of
around and
crayons
wears
every
white
month.
t-shirts.
Bet you he
Yeah,
got a new box of crayons every month. I bet you that
yeah,
and the
and that
coloring
costs
I
like
books.
can't.
$20,
Hold on,
dudes.
hold on. I can't say that,
Yeah,
bro,
he's
because I
probably getting
remember.
the 64
I,
box crayons.
I
The
Yeah,
remember
big
that
shit with
Tank
the
fight. Y'all
sharpener.
not gonna erase that shit from my memory. Y'all not gonna erase that from my memory. The Tank fight where he came in that big ass fucking jacket. I don't know how much that shit cost, but I
My
wouldn't be
dude, it was
surprised if somebody scammed him and it was like,
yeah,
"Yo, this 500 and it was really two
man.
or
He bought
something
that shit
like
in
like
Pinterest.
five
my
Get
bucks."
out of
dude,
here.
my dude. It was 70 degrees outside that day, bro. Dude is
Yeah,
wearing a
bro. Like
like.
I
What's
don't.
the matter with
I'm
this
sorry,
guy?
Ignacio. I don't believe you on that. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. He seems exactly like the type of dude to be buying that shit. He probably just don't got it on right now.
But
I
he
mean,
the type of dude that'll buy a gold PlayStation 1.
I haven't
Buy
seen no videos or no
Oh
pictures
man.
of this dude flashing like all these other cats do. So unless he's literally hiding that shit from people, then yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think he got this shit, but it's just not the real shit. Like that one time when he said, "Yo, I got a Bugatti." Leonard bought me a Bugatti, and it was like a Mitsubishi or whatever. And it's like, I think
Yeah,
that's what
could
it's
he
gonna
get
be, bro.
scammed out of his money? Oh, yeah, that's totally possible. But all I'm saying is that he's not the type of dude to be fucking buying $2 million watches like Devin Haney. That's all I'm saying.
And all
Oh
I'm
no.
saying
Fair
is,
enough.
like, you got too much faith in his fucking money management skills. It's Rolly, dog. It's
Not, and what I'm
Rolly.
saying is,
He's probably
Ignacio,
got people helping him though,
I'm
man.
telling you, like, if Devin Haney is what's it called, bragging out buying like a Richie Millie, whatever the fuck
Yeah,
he was bragging about. I think Rolly's probably doing the same thing, except the guy really gave him like a Casio wristwatch.
Exactly. Told him it's an Apple Watch, and it's
Yeah, like he
Casio
gave
with
him
the
the Apple
buttons.
Watch
You
and
remember the
charged him extra
Casio that
for it.
had all the buttons on it, dog?
the shit that looked like a calculator.
Shit had all them buttons. I don't
Hold
know
on.
how the fuck you supposed to push them, but like, bro, these buttons is mad little. How the fuck you supposed to push these shits?
Now, hang on. Maybe his lawyer girlfriend is helping him out. You never know.
You got to give Rolly that. He'll get some pussy. He's something wrong with him, but he will get some pussy. Shout out to Rolo. We'll get some ass. But,
Hey, so Sugar Barroso finally retired?
I mean, like,
I hope so.
I don't think he fought since that Hirioka fight. I don't think he fought.
That was
and he's over 40,
bad.
right?
I mean, he was 43 years ago.
Oh,
I think he's
okay.
no, I think he was like 37 or something at the time. I don't even know if he was 40.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like 40 or 41.
That
Okay,
motherfucker
relax.
was 37
Maybe-
years old, bro.
He was 20 years old in Cuban years.
Fucking 37, bro. Look at
I
that
mean,
guy, bro.
as it is, I don't believe that Lara and Jules are the same age.
Yeah, I don't believe that shit. I really don't believe that shit.
You remember when Frankie Sanchez on his PBC fight, they said that he was 28. and everybody was like, man,
Oh wait,
He said it
Jules,
was
Jules, did you
27,
hear
bro.
did you hear that what's his name? Oh my gosh, I forgot the guy's name already. The British dude that everybody likes.
Moses.
Yeah, what's it called? I heard Moses ducked Frankie.
Yeah, he did. I mean, like if you want to
Well,
call it
no,
a duck,
that he ignored him. He didn't say he
no,
touched
it's
him, he
if
ignored him.
you wanna call it a duck, you could, but it's like I'd rather see Moses versus Michael Hunter. The other guys they talking about him fighting, Michael Hunter, David Adilier, Philippe Hergovic. I'd rather see those fights than Frankie. And I don't if he does fight Hergovic, I don't know that I could call that a duck. Fighting Hergovic instead of Sanchez, I don't know that I could call that a duck.
Yeah, because Frankie hasn't done shit since he got his ass beat by Caballero, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. At least Hergovic is staying active and winning. So that would be a way better fight.
Shout out to Oscar Jimenez. Remember when Boots wore a black outfit and a big jacket in the hot ass sun? Yeah, and they was on the West Coast. Bro, that's like wearing a fucking leather jacket in the pool. Fuck is wrong with you, dog? That's some East Coast shit, man. But yeah, I don't think Rolly is long for the welterweight division. I think he makes it once for the Pacquiao fight if he has it, and he won't be there after that. Nah, I don't see it. That's a big kid.
That's pretty sad that fucking Rolly and Manny have to wait till January for their fight, while fucking Isaac Cruz gets a headline a fight in December against Lamont Roach. That's fucking hilarious.
And that shit ain't gonna sell nothing, bro.
Nope.
Shit's not gonna sell anything, bro.
That's oh my gosh, yo. I really wish Lamont Roach just decided to. Maybe the options aren't that great because there's not a lot of broadcasters out here. But it's like, man, I wish he had just tried to really get something with the zone or something, man.
Yeah, but the shit is, he could have went to Turkey. You could go to Turkey and say, well, I want to fight the winner of, because they're working on Stevenson versus Lopez.
Mhm.
So you go over there and you say, well, I want the winner of that fight. Can you get me a fight in the interim? And Turkey would have did that. Look at what he's doing for Beterbiev. Look
I
at what
don't
he's
know,
doing
like-
for Beterbiev.
You're assuming that, but you got to remember, we just spoke about how he's not doing anything for Rafael Espinosa just like a couple of minutes ago.
I dig it.
Yo, but isn't Rafa supposed to fight?
The match room. You could have went the match room.
Yeah, that's what I'm more thinking.
Isn't Rafa supposed to fight El Venado though? Supposedly.
Nah, he's fighting Kagai.
No.
It's not Venado. It's Kagai.
Okay.
The little muscular Ukrainian dude that looked Chinese.
Yeah, the guy that fought Joet earlier this year.
Yeah, that guy. That's not a bad fight.
Beat the shit out of him.
I mean, hey, it's a stay busy fight.
He gonna fuck him up. Like, yeah, he's gonna fuck Kagai up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why Kagai took that. Like, yo, are you out of your fucking mind?
Hey, bro, a title shot's a title shot, bro. Like, hey, you can't be greedy out here. You just lost to Joet Gonzalez. You got to take what you can get.
Shout out to motherfucking George. DC, F, M, or K? DC, FM. I don't get what. Fuck, marry, or kill. Catwoman, Batgirl, or one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. Marry Wonder Woman. Fuck Catwoman. And I don't want to kill Batgirl, but I'm saying it's Wonder Pussy.
No.
Come on.
I would for that one comic line that they had her with Bruce Wayne. Weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. That's worthy of a death.
But
What she said.
but in the movie when she said there's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne, my dick got hard.
Me.
Oh, you took my Anne Hathaway when she said that
Yes,
shit.
sir.
Storm
Yes, sir.
coming, Mr. When she flipped off that fucking window, my dick got hard. And
There's a
when
storm
she was on that, and when she was on that motorcycle, yeah, fine motherfucker.
So, Jules, do we know for sure that fucking Johnny Beck is fighting Laura's old ass?
My dude, like I said, that's not only is that what I told y'all, that's the story now. That's the rumor that's in the street. It's Laura, not Adames.
Wow.
I'll take
What-
it. I mean, I'll take
What do you?
it.
I'm wondering this. Like, since it's been like a conversation, like some people been talking about it. What do you think about Crawford versus Yanni Beck? Because originally I thought that Yanni Beck, I actually was favoring him in that fight, and I'm sort of thinking about it now, and it's kind of just like when you go look at what he's actually done at middleweight, it's really not a lot.
My
There's not a
dude,
lot there to be
I,
happy about.
I
Bro,
don't
his
want to be
own
a slave. I don't want to be a slave to the moment, Ray. But you don't. If you like that, you don't go through all that with Denzel Bentley. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I was looking at too.
And
Because
even the Michaelia Vick fight, even though he fucked Michaelia Vick up, that took way too long, bro. Like that dude is a punching bag. That took what I don't think he stopped until what was it, the 7th or the 8th?
No, I think it was like the 6th when he finally knocked him out, wasn't it? It took like 6 rounds, I think.
might have
I
been a
know
bit later than that, but
it was
yeah, it's
later than
around
that.
that time.
It was like 8. It took a while, and I'm like, I don't understand why is this taking so long. This dude is ass.
I'm with Jules. Yanni Beck, and unless he does hit like that, which all evidence indicates he doesn't, Crawford gets him. I'm
No,
done
here's
betting
what I'll
against
say.
Crawford.
I'm interested in like if what's it called? As crazy as this might seem, I think the Laura fight might be the answer to that. Because even though I think Laura's washed, he seems to just have like a small little bit amount in him still. Like he's not completely dead yet. And if
Not
Yanni Beck
yet,
can't
not
sufficiently
yet,
like
but
bury him,
we don't know because, bro, Cornflake, Greg Vendetti, Danny
no,
Garcia.
and peep this. Name me some of Yanni Beck's defenses.
I get that, man, but
That
this is one of those
Mikhailovic
fights-
defense.
hang on. This is one of those fights where we'll learn. The only thing we'll learn is if Yanni Beck loses. Like if he wins, it's just
Yeah, that's
another
what I
ad.
mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean though. Like,
I mean,
that's why I'm looking at it. I'm like,
yeah,
how
but that's the
difficult
shit
is
that
it gonna be?
the only thing that I see in Yanni Beck that I look as a potential hazard to Terrence Crawford is he does have the work rate that Canelo doesn't have. He is gonna throw more punches
Yes,
per round. He is,
yes.
you know, and he is a taller guy, so he's got ring coverage that he doesn't really need to be close to you to hit you. Not that he's
And
gonna.
he's
It's
even
not.
younger than Canelo.
Yeah, but Yanni Beck, if we're honest, that is a 1-2 fighter, bro. That is a
Yeah,
1-2 guy.
and that's the problem though. It's like if that's the really all you have, I do wonder like how well are you gonna do in a fight if it's like yo the punches you have for Crawford are really just 1-2 and the occasional uppercut,
Yeah.
very occasional might I
He
add.
don't Yanni Beck don't show a lot. The most that you could give Yanni Beck is compared to the other middleweights, compared to Carlos, compared to Lara, Stephen Butler, Vincenzo Gualtieri. You know these kinds of people. When you
Yeah,
compare him to them, yeah, he's all right.
and in terms of his size, like, is he actually that big?
He does have some size. He
He
does.
No,
looks
I'm
like
just
he's
wondering
about
like how big is he?
6'2".
Like, if he is, then that's probably where the advantage is.
Yeah, bro, he almost died trying to make 160. Like, yeah. He has the size.
Yeah, but Johnny Beck probably should be at 68, to be honest, but he only stayed at 60 because he thinks that the titles are easier to win there than they would have been had he gone up to 68.
I mean, like the other
Because he
thing is,
wouldn't touch a
I
title at
think we're kind
68.
of getting, I think we're getting carried away with the notion that Bud is really about to go on another undisputed run. Like, come on, dog, that dude is 38.
I don't know if it'll be an undisputed run. I think it would just legit just be like one fight. Because it's like low key, it will just be like, hey, look.
Yeah, I
If
don't
I
see
think
him
Yanni
sticking
Beck
around
if
another
I can
2
beat him,
years. Like, I think
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If the Yanni Beck Lara fight happens and Yanni Beck wins, there's just two fights. It's the Adamas fight and the Yanni Beck fight.
Yeah, but that's still
that's
6
the
months in
wrong
between.
fights.
That's still 6 months in between. You know what I mean, Jason? That like, you still got to do the camp and the thing, and it's a
Yeah.
lot, bro. It's a lot. You know.
Yeah, Bud's a freak though. He enjoys that. Like he
I
certainly
don't
enjoys
know
that
if you
being more
enjoy it that much.
Apparently.
Yo, he just went to Japan, bro. He's fucking samurai, bro. Like he's
He's
I feel
Samurai
like,
Jack
but
now.
I feel like he wants to enjoy his money now. To like, yo, dog, I beat Canelo. It ain't really gonna get bigger than that, you know. Whatever I do. But if he look, 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 if it's not too far in the future, I'm talking about first, second quarter of next year, right? I got Bud. Yeah, I got Bud. Yanni Beck, yo, I'm not gonna say Yanni Beck is trash, but like he's a 1-2 guy, bro. He is really a robotic 1-2 fighter.
Does Bud beat Adames though?
I think so.
I don't know.
What is Adames to bring that Bud would have
Adames ain't
problems
done.
with?
Adames ain't done nothing to nobody, bro. What he did, cause the whole Bud, he beats Adames. Shout out to George. Agreed. Batman clapping Batgirl's cheeks was always weird to me. That's his
Yeah,
adopted son's ex-girlfriend that he saw grow
yeah,
up. The writers were making Batman look like a groomer.
No, why
yeah.
you
I don't.
remind me of that shit? I put that
That
in
was
my
that
mind.
was a
Like,
legendary miss. I've never like yeah. When people say oh the comics were hitting every time and DC was never weird, they are wrong.
It's you know what the shit is? It's like Batgirl had a crush on him. You know what I mean? That is
That's
what was
weird
going
too.
on there, right? So it's not like the moment that Batman seen her in a bat suit, he got a bat boner. It was years into them working together and being around each other. And she was a grown up. Like if you follow, they showed
Yo,
it on a
yo,
cartoon that it was like, yeah, it was a lot of time had passed before it
yeah,
came
but it's
back.
like, yeah, but it's like, bro, yeah, that's the problem. What you mean? Yo, hold on. That's the issue, bro. Like, that's like you watching the commissioner's daughter grow up and
My
shit,
dude,
and
she
you was
was in
like, yo, let me get
college,
some of that.
bro.
Let me get some of
Wait,
that afterwards.
nah, she was in college by the time she became Batgirl, homie.
No, no, no. But what's it called? But he knew her before that.
He probably seen a picture. He wasn't
depend.
at Commissioner
No.
Gordon's
Yes.
house.
No, bro. It depends on the continuity. Like, we can't be going like that because sometimes he knew her when he was a girl. Sometimes he first met her when she was in college. Like, we can't be going with that. Comics are
Exactly.
all
Like,
over the
come
place.
on, man.
Whatever it was, when you first met her, she was with your adopted son.
See, that
Look,
is
it's
weird.
not. It's not fucking Woody
yeah,
Allen, bro.
yeah,
Okay.
yo, that's a crazy. Hey, unless you want to tell, hey, Jules, will you do that to your adopted son?
No, I would. No, 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 no.
Well, first
No.
off, his wife would kill him.
Shout out to
This is
motherfucking.
getting
Shout out to Damone. Didn't Bud and Adamas spar in New York at that gym? I thought Bud got the. Yeah, they did. The footage is out. Bud was working him. Better of him. It's the right video. Yeah. That happened. That happened, bro. I seen
Oh,
that
shocker.
shit. No, and Bud was
And it's
lighting
just
him up.
sparring though. It's just sparring though. I'm
No,
not
of
gonna put no
course.
stock
Like
in
you
it.
don't read too much into it, but just in general, my thing is this: that I would not favor any of those fighters to beat Canelo or to beat some of the guys that Canelo beat. I would not favor. I know it's going to sound crazy, but I really wouldn't favor Adames to beat Munguia. No, I don't. I don't think so. I don't think
I
so.
would.
Okay. Now
I
we
would.
reach. Are we doing Monkey again, man?
You gonna
Are
do
we
the
back on
fucking
that bandwagon?
Sriracha shit again, bro? Cause the fucking Bruno, bro. Everybody gonna do it cause of Bruno.
I'm
I
gonna do
mean,
it
if
because
we're
of
on
Bruno.
Adames,
Hold on.
what? Just because he fucking got a draw with Shiraz, now all of a sudden he's the boogeyman? Like,
That's what
I'm
I'm
really?
not
saying.
saying. I'm not saying that.
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying
saying
he's a
that. What I'm
boogeyman. I'm
saying
saying
is
Monkey
this.
ain't shit.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I remember I thought about it when I was on the train. I was like, man, when I think about manufactured careers, I wouldn't say Munguia because that's fucked up, bro. Because Rolly exists. But when I look at a motherfucker, I'm like, yo, ain't shit happened. You were never shit. You were never really doing shit. I really think about Munguia, bro. Like,
No,
ain't shit was
don't
going
do
And
on.
that. Like,
now,
don't
and
don't
now
do
you
that.
got
Don't
you
do
got
that.
Eddie in your corner. So who
Don't
knows
do
how
that.
that's going to go?
Don't fucking do
What
that.
you mean? Don't
Just
do that.
no.
Yo,
Listen,
I remember I
listen.
said
You
it on the
seen what
train
he
too. I
did to?
thought about
No,
it. I
listen.
was
You
like,
seen what he did to Saddam Ali? Don't play them games. Don't play them
Saddam
games.
Ali.
who the fuck is that,
Saddam
nigga?
Ali. That's
Hey, oh yeah. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what?
The
He's part of
dictator?
that. He's part of that shitty Olympic team, bro.
What
Who?
team?
Saddam
Saddam Ali?
Ali.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
is. He is. He was. He
The
was there with all
2014
them
one?
dudes.
he,
bro.
he's doing with Spence, I believe, right?
Spence.
2012.
It was Spence,
Oh, yeah,
Andre,
2012. It was
Jesse
2012.
Hart, Marcus Brown, that whole squad.
Yeah,
Andrade.
that shit's ass. Oh my
Man,
god.
all we need to say is Bruno only has 5 knockouts, and one of them is Jamie Munguia. Like, what are we doing
Yo,
here?
facts, bro.
Yo, that's
Yo.
crazy.
I'm gonna take you back, Jules, since you want to be like that, right? I remember that mother fighting Torino Johnson and getting
Wow.
worked. And
Yo, that was
getting
a good
worked,
fight
bro.
though. That
He
was a
was
good
getting
fight
worked
though.
by Torino Johnson.
Wait, no, he beat the fuck out of him.
No, he
That's what I
wasn't.
was gonna
I
say.
remember
Did
too.
you
Yeah, he
see
I
did,
remember
bro.
Triviano
You're
whip?
tripping. I remember watching
I'm
that
not,
fight.
and I
He
can
did
tell you
not.
too, bro.
Oh,
IBFP
Toriano.
is the biggest Mexican glazer I've ever seen in my life, bro. And I remember when that Munguia Torino Johnson fight came out, he was like, "Yo, this motherfucker is garbage." He's like, "This nigga's ass. He don't got a
Listen,
jab. He don't got nothing. It's on a milk carton. He's trash." And I'm like, "Damn. Let me see that
but
fight."
can I say this? For as trash, right? For as trash as Jaime Munguia is perceived to be, Patrick Teixeira is even bigger trash, and he beat Adames. He beat Adames.
Neither
So
boy,
if Patrick,
Bruno, man.
if
That's street
Patrick,
trash.
that's not a reach. If Patrick could beat you, Munguia could beat you. Yes. If Patrick could beat you,
Oh no, I'm low key. I'm about to throw that win into the Cambosos collection. I ain't going.
nah.
I might throw that one in the Cambosos collection.
I'm
I'm gonna
saying
throw that one.
Adames.
I might throw that
because,
win
no,
there, bro.
the reason that I'm really not sold on Adames, honestly, is the string of victories that he amassed have more to do with perception. It was only a big deal that he beat Montiel because
Because
Montiel
Charlo
made
couldn't do
Charlo
it.
look bad,
Yeah.
right? That was
Mhm.
only a big. Then you got a shot the shit version of Sergey Derevyanchenko. Like, bro, by now he done lost to
Oh
Jacobs.
wait! I got your ass. I got your ass right now.
Oh, here we
motherfucker.
go.
He got a hit. Yeah, he got that version right. He got that version, and he beat the brakes off of that version. Now that version that he beat the brakes off, I wonder what he did
That's a
after that.
triangle theory, bro.
It's not a triangle theory
It
though. If
is.
you want to talk, hold on. If you want to degrade the win and you want to say,
No,
"Yo, it's not a good win because
it's
he's
not
shot,"
that.
right?
If
Okay, then what?
anything, you making my point, yo. Just because
You
he
fought
did
a
better,
further
no.
shot version.
Just because he did better with Sergey, just because he did better, that doesn't mean he would beat Munguia. I really don't think that Carlos would beat Munguia. I don't.
Yeah, that's like literally saying that Triple G, his win over Derenchenko isn't as good as Charlo's because Charlo outpointed him over 12 rounds,
No, it's the
whereas
opposite.
Triple
No,
G
it's
beat the fuck
opposite.
out of him.
It is the opposite. I'm saying, yo, you literally had you saying, yo, oh, his win over what's it called? Derevyanchenko, it's not that good because Derevyanchenko was shot. Well, guess what? That shot version of Derevyanchenko that literally was coming from losses
me.
to Adames went against Munguia and beat the brakes off of him for a lot of those rounds. And a lot of people thought he won that fight.
My thing is the whole perception of Adames being this really formidable fighter is predicated on how other fighters look with them dudes. That I'm sorry, I ain't seen a whole lot from Adames that blew me away. I haven't. He looked like shit with Terrell Gausha. That was one of the recent fights. And I'm
What'd
like,
you
okay.
see from Munguia that blew you away, man?
Right?
John Ryder.
Come the fuck on, bro.
Come on, bro.
Is that not the same
John Ryder
thing,
that got
though?
the fuck beat out of him by Canelo?
Like,
Listen,
literally just the fight before.
Listen, bro. Listen, we make a $50 bet. If Munguia and Adames ever fight, I got Munguia.
I've got Adames by stoppage or easy, long, like, very wide decision. Actually, no, stoppage. Fuck that. I'll pay you 6 if he don't win by stoppage.
All right.
That's how confident I be in that shit.
All right. I got Munguia in that shit. Motherfucker not gonna tell
I don't
me.
know why. I don't know why.
Shout out to
you guys making bets on two
Damone.
fighters that both suck.
I'm not sold on Adames because you know he loved Brugal more than it's true. You know what I'm saying? And listen, that motherfucker got to be like 200 pounds now. If you go to the last picture uploaded of Adames where he's by a pool, that dude look like he 200 right now, bro. I'll be surprised if he could still make middleweight.
Nah. I still pick him. Munguia is garbage. I would say I've seen the light.
I would like to see that fight now just to see who's right. To see who of the two of you is right. Who is more trash out of them.
Hey, even though Adames is bad, there's some qualities to him that Munguia just does not have. In fact,
listen, my
like
thing with
brains.
Adames, listen, my thing with Adames is always this. I do think he's a more dynamic boxer than a lot of guys. I think he's more dynamic than Yanni Beck. Like, he shows more wrinkles than Yanni Beck. But I don't trust his engine, and I don't think he takes a good shot. Hit him hard, he'll go away. Mm-hmm.
I don't think Munguia takes a good shot either. He lost to a dude that got like 3
Here we
knockouts,
go.
bro.
Here we go. Here we go.
Lomachenko knocked him silly at 168. Let's stop this.
But then he put Derevyanchenko on his ass as well. So you got to give him that.
And then Bruno knocked him out with his 5 knockouts.
Yeah, and then he came back and got a win against him. So it's not like he's avoiding Bruno. Like, come on.
How many pets did he need to do it? How many pets did he need to do it?
Nah. He got cleared. He got cleared. He got cleared.
Wasn't he cleared?
Oh, he got cleared.
Hey, but that being said, I remember. Look, I remember. Hey, he wasn't fighting. What's it called? Bruno Sarace. The way he was fighting him in the first fight, he was really trying to box him. That's another thing too. I don't like when I see those dudes, they gotta reinvent themselves every 5 seconds, like Anthony Joshua. I look at that shit as the world's greatest red flag.
Hold on. Ray, this for you. Get Hand said Batman and Batgirl did not have any type of relationship in the comics. The animation adaptation of the Killing Joke added that, and in the movie, it never happened.
There was one other place it did happen. It was in the it was in the 90s Batman cartoon, where at first it was like, it looked like it was Robin's misinterpretation situation, and then he just quit and became Nightwing. But then later in Batman Beyond, they went ahead and they borked and it didn't work out.
Yeah. Still in animation though.
Still animation, yeah. They insinuated it. They insinuated it in Batman Beyond that they had something. Because Barbara's basically the commissioner in the future.
Yeah, that's.
Now listen, on that note, I'm gonna fucking go to sleep. On that note. But you remember that bet, $50. I got Jaime to stop Carlos Adames.
Are you confident? Wait, are you confident in that? Are you more confident in that than you were confident in Jaime becoming the face of boxing?
Yo, fuck you, yo. Yo, fuck you, yo. You don't gotta keep bringing that shit up.
I will always bring that up. That's always bring. There's mistakes. That's a crazy mistake.
Face, Jules.
Listen, bro. Hey, I can't get them all right, bro. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Please try to get them not that right.